Mhm. All right, the channel is live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Adventure on So Many Levels. We're going to play some Dungeons and Dragons.
Dungeons and
Yay!
Dragons.
I'm Christiana Ellis, and I am the Dungeon Master. Our players tonight, Jason Banks as Radius,
Hello.
Paul Weimer as Tarsus,
The chosen of Vulcan shall lead this party to victory.
Lee Burdett as Malleus,
Okay, guys, before we go on, I need a minute. Just like a minute.
Nobilis
I need.
as Spine.
It's a public service, really.
Uh,
Have a drink.
Sadly, we are short Millie Katie as Cora Quaid this evening, and Dove Archambault as Kneecap will be joining us as soon as she is able playing. But for the meantime, though, let's discuss where we last left our heroes, the Skeleton Crew. Having,
Yes.
through a series of hijinks, left behind some important, perhaps critical magical items in the town of Hopeless, where they were claimed by the current ruler of that gate town. Uh, you infiltrated this strange, apathetic, grayscale town and discovered that there is an underground resistance that is determined to, if not overthrow, the Maiden of Misery who currently rules the place, then at the very least cause her some trouble. And so you were given some assistance in your infiltration mission. They drew away many of the gang of beholders that the Maiden of Misery has at her beck and call, leaving you an opportunity to infiltrate the mansion where she lives with it a bit more undefended. Uh, it was less defended than it might have been, but there was still a beholder, and you managed to fight and kill this beholder. Well done, you. But you made a fair amount of
Yay!
noise, and
Yeah.
you have not heard any indication that anyone else in the house has responded to this noise, and it is unclear what that means. You expected her to be here. You haven't seen her yet. What that means is yet to be discovered.
Hmm. Yeah.
So, I think as you are catching your breath following this victory over the beholder, smelling the burnt wallpaper um, left behind as a couple of charred patches are still smoking, you feel once again reality shift around you, and the pattern of the wallpaper suddenly changes. The enormous statue that's at the center of this this little foyer is suddenly of different animals, and Cora is no longer with you.
Here we go again.
Yeah.
Now we've lost our druid.
Well, we can't let that slow us down.
No,
Yeah.
you're
No.
you are correct. You said you needed a minute,
I need a minute.
Alice?
Yeah, I've got a thing I can do thanks to my patron that I can get the spell slot back that I spent locking that beholder to the floor.
Where are you
Mhm.
having this conversation? Because right now, all of
In
your
the closet.
Yeah, all your tokens are kind of spread out.
Yeah.
I'm still in the closet.
Yeah, I'll come. Spell it.
Yeah, so I need to do my esoteric rite for a minute to regain one expended magic spell slot back.
Okay. So by the time that's done, my spiritual weapon will be gone. So
Yeah.
That was, but
So will
that-
the bless
that was-
spell.
So was the bless spell. Well, wait, is the bless 1 minute or 10 minutes?
1 minute.
Okay, so
1
the
minute.
bless goes away too, but
Mhm.
that will
but-
be high priority for our next encounter. because it worked decently this time.
Well,
Yeah.
if we
Yeah.
need to, I can cast it again.
All right,
But-
so we'll give the minute so
Alright.
Malice can regain the spell, and we will push forward in this
Well, which
altered
way is
reality.
forward? Because we've got a lot of options now.
We do have a lot of options. What do we have?
I mean, the fact that we've made all this noise and nobody's come says to
Mm-hmm.
me that they're waiting for us somewhere. So that being said, I think that being methodical is just as good as anything else. If we hadn't made all that noise, then I would, be, oh, let's go straight upstairs. That's where the good stuff's gonna be. But if they're not, if that hasn't drawn them out, then let's go ahead and just ransack the place.
Yeah.
The
Agreed.
store here, for example.
Yes.
Yep.
That's
So
the
there
scorched
is
one.
yes in this foyer with the elaborate staircase and lots of fancy statues and such. There is there's the door to the west. There's a door to the south. There's a door to the east and a door to the north, other than the one that you came through. But
Plus the
it's-
stairs.
Plus the stairs, yeah.
Yes.
We have
So,
options.
but you are all gesturing at the door to the west. So is that the one you are
Yeah.
opening at
Yeah.
this time?
Yep.
Okay.
For once, I agree with Spine. Methodical.
Okay, let me reveal the territory here. You look in there and you discover that this is an elaborate kitchen. And there is a surprising amount of food in there. However, the food is all the same
Gray
grayscale.
color.
So
Gray
not
scale.
especially appetizing in appearance.
I know, but it doesn't particularly smell particularly good
Now,
or bad
in fact,
either.
actually, it's a little bit odd because despite it all seeming reasonably like fresh, like in the sense that
Uh-huh.
it's prepared or it's not rotten or anything, but it really doesn't smell like anything at all.
I do not want to linger in this
Yeah.
in this city.
So there is in this room there is a door that looks like it goes to the outside. There's a chimney, and there is a door to the north that honestly looks like it would go into kind of a pantry or some other kind of a smaller room.
Mm.
Yeah. I'm also like, someone had to make all this, and we haven't seen any servants either.
Yeah.
But
Well, there are spells that do that too.
well, that's true. Let's try this other charred door over here.
All right. You open that one, and it appears to be a sitting room with some like trophies and such in there.
Uh-huh.
And there is a set of double doors that look like they go out onto the front. Or excuse me, those are not double doors; those are windows. But
Windows.
they look out on the front porch. There is a door on the east that, just based on your survey of the outside, looks like
Yeah.
that would be the way to go to get to that front door.
Yeah.
Do the trophies look of any particular value? Anything interesting in the trophies?
Yeah. I mean, you were given the impression that it is routine in this town that when people come to the town displaying color or emotion, they are often executed for it and their possessions are taken. And it is also true that the town didn't really used to be this way. It wasn't always ruled by this particular individual. And so, are these trophies taken from people who have been in since? Are they perhaps possessions of whoever lived here before? Hard to say.
But there's color to them.
No,
That's
they're,
they're all gray too.
everything is all grayscale. Yeah.
So so dispiriting. Not even worth stealing or liberating.
Yeah. I mean, I think at a sort of just a casual glance around, it's probably like they're nice things. It's not obvious that they would fetch an obviously high value. There might be some novelty sold somewhere else. Like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
but then again, you also are not necessarily clear on what is the phenomenon that's making them grayscale. So
Right.
would that persist outside of hopeless? You don't know.
Yeah.
Right.
I tend to think, based on the fact that we have seen like people with the shyest bit of blush, that it's an aspect of the place that perhaps might affect us if we stay long enough.
Yeah.
Or an aspect of its ruler infecting the place.
Mm,
Either
point.
way,
mm,
I don't think we should stay here longer than we need to.
yeah.
No.
Yep. Yep.
Should we check the front or check some of the other doors in the foyer?
I think we should go off to the east door there.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking actually, because we know the front door is going to lead to the front door, and I don't think that there's going to be
Yeah.
Waiting
anything
there for us?
particularly
Hmm.
Mm.
interesting.
All right. You open that door, and this appears to be sort of a games room. It has like a big table with a billiards type game, and there's some chairs in front of a fireplace, and there are also various hunting type trophies, taxidermied animals and such in here. There's also
Okay.
another set of double doors that goes to the west and a door to the north.
Yeah, that probably goes to the front room. That door to the north might be interesting. How?
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's try that.
Okay, that goes into what looks like a library.
Aha.
Library. If we had some way to carry a bunch of stuff, we could restock the damaged library on the castle.
Pity we don't have a bag of holding.
Yeah, pity.
Portable hole. Well, it just so you know, Malleus the OG Malleus did have a bag of holding.
I I did not remember that.
Yeah,
Because yeah,
There was
it
something
never
he could
came
make.
up.
Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, he was an since he was an artificer.
Huh.
So not a magical item that like was found, but one that was existed because that version of Malleus was infusing a
Right.
Yeah,
bag with it.
that's why when he died, all of everything spilled out all over the place.
Oh, that explains a lot.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Nice detail
Yeah.
there.
So it is certainly true that like if you were in a looting mood, there's probably lots of like nothing you haven't really been looking for anything magical, but like even just as mundane items, they seem like they're of high quality. But then again, is that what you're here for?
Also,
we're here for our
also
magic
we
stuff.
like yeah, yeah.
We're-
I mean, there is a certain amount of time crunch because beholders are going to start coming back. So
Exactly. The whole point here was that they were creating a diversion. They're not
yeah,
killing those beholders for you.
right.
Yeah.
So let's just keep poking around. We can. We're not here for that much loot.
Mhm.
But if something immediately jumped out at me, I wouldn't.
Yes.
Yeah. If I
Nothing's
could,
jumping. Yeah.
if I if I could get the cloak back, that would be great. But I'll settle for just the mimir.
Let's just check this door. I think going upstairs is going to be our next option after this
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
I'm
face our
inclined.
fate.
So this next door opens into a small room that looks like it is another kind of like servant's passage.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
And then what's
Well, interesting. What is only
that
accessible
north
via
door?
the servant passage?
And through there to the other side is clearly servants' quarters, like
servants'
servants'
quarters,
dining
yeah.
room and their bedrooms and stuff. And there's
How recently does this look inhabited?
uh, again, it's strange because it seems as though it might have only just recently been like servants left it in a hurry, just leaving it in kind of a state of disarray. There's not like dust on everything or anything, but it also
Right.
seems as though there may be some element of what's making it grayscale is also kind of preserving it in a static way.
Oh, Interesting. Okay.
I just got the stupidest image
Mhm.
of the Maiden of Misery gathering all of her beholders and putting little rags over their eyes and say, "Go dust."
Oh my God.
All right. Well, I think it's time to go upstairs.
Yeah, I think so
All
too.
right.
All right. So, let me go ahead and move you to the upper floor map. Okay. And Kneecap isn't here yet, so let me remove his token. Okay.
I'm also metagamingly tempted to delay so that Doug has a chance to get here.
Yeah.
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 But so in any case, yes, you climb the stairs and you emerge first here into a hall. Actually, let me just double. I'm adjusting my
Is it
the GM darkness opacity just so it's more obvious to me which rooms have had the clear or not. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you see that this is another like big hallway where there's lots of rooms to different doors and at this point like are you weren't moving especially stealthily I don't think in your investigation downstairs. Are you changing that now or
Well, we still have a plate armored character, so I'm not sure it's terribly worthwhile to be sneaky, but I think that I will be opening the doors
okay
carefully.
Yeah.
is it
to
dark?
qu-
Is it dark in here, or is it during the
uh
candle?
it is dark so
Yeah.
unless someone has got light going those with dark vision are going to be having a hard time.
Without dark vision, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys want light?
Otherwise, I'm stumbling around in the dark.
Okay, so then I will.
I do have light for myself. I can cast light on myself. So
No, you're
Yeah.
fine. I will use my manifest mind, and my book will come out, and it glows. It's non-tangible, and it hovers, and it can go 60 feet.
How much light does it give off?
Let's see. Let me double check. It is. It's dim light in a 10-foot radius.
Okay. So that's enough to keep you from like bumping into things at least.
And not to, tip our hand too badly.
Yeah. All right, this over here, is that a single door over there?
Yes. So there is
Okay.
a door here. There is a door here at the end of that little narrow hallway.
Yep,
There is a door
okay.
right here.
There's a double door up here.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, then I'm gonna cross over to here carefully, quietly, and open that door and peek in. And
Okay.
if you'd like a stealth check, I can do
Yeah. Go ahead and make a stealth check.
Yeah.
that. Okay, reliable talent means that's a 21.
Okay. Yeah. You managed to open it very stealthily, and you see here what looks like it would be a relatively nice bedroom here, with a queen size bed and a desk and a dresser, and again the impression you get here like none of this stuff feels like the Maiden of Misery's vibe.
Mm-hmm.
You are increasingly, I think, well, I guess I don't want to tell you what your conclusions are, but
What?
there's more and more evidence here that suggests that perhaps this mansion was taken over in something very similar to its current state and has not been
Nothing has changed.
Updated,
since
modified.
then.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna head down to this last door on the hallway here.
Okay. And you open that one up. And it is another smaller bedroom.
Okay. That one.
This one is another bedroom. This one perhaps the master bedroom. Partly by the fact that it seems, I went ahead and I cleared the fog of war, but it has has the little bathroom built in. Oh, you know what? You didn't check in that first bedroom. There was a door across the way, and would you have gone in there and checked that too?
There's a door there. Yeah, I think so. I
Yeah.
think
So like that one does have a bathroom as well.
Okay. All right.
Hello.
Ah, haha!
Yay!
Welcome.
Yes,
Let's
I'm
get-
here.
Welcome.
Yes. Okay. Let me put Kneecap on the map. Kneecap.
Reality changes.
Yes. You are joining everybody as they are currently searching the mansion of the ruler of Hopeless. You vaguely recall that there was a plan to infiltrate and get your stuff back from this person. It's hard to remember how exactly that happened because you weren't sure you were fully here, but you know that that was the plan. Is that beholders that guard the place have been distracted away so that you could search the place, but the lady of the house's whereabouts are as yet unknown.
So I appear and kind of go up to, uh, Radius and say, uh, what's going on?
We're trying to find the lady of the house or our stuff.
Whichever comes first.
Whichever
Either
comes
or.
first.
Okay.
We've already
Preferably
fought a
our
beholder.
stuff.
You missed the fun of the beholder. But
Huh.
I'm sure there's going to be more killing needed shortly.
Well, Kneecap got to fight the beholders the last time.
Yeah.
That's true.
That one wasn't as fun.
No, that one.
Yeah.
Well, was it the one that Decap road that's been defeated?
We may never know.
Unclear. I think you did not. The party did not attempt to distinguish its characteristic marks.
Okay.
I think beholders are not necessarily, like, would you obviously definitely be able to tell the difference between one beholder and another? They can vary quite a bit, but, reliably?
Yeah.
Hard to say.
Yeah. Who knows?
Mhm.
Maybe, maybe it'll be like,
Were the ones that you
Stay
thought
off
really,
me.
really cute?
It was the it was the same. I
Yeah.
did use the
they're
same token.
pokey holders. Is
Yeah.
what I
Yeah.
call-
All right,
cute.
so you're checking this
Checking
room up
that door,
here.
yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, that one appears to be a workshop of some kind, or like a study. There's a big it's a globe on the map, but it would be I would say like a sort of a
A model.
topographical map of the Outlands.
Right.
And-
Similar to what we've got in the castle.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm. Although
Maybe
that
not.
one is kind of illusory in nature and represents like ongoing survey, whereas this seems to be fixed.
Right. Yeah.
So it might not be representative anymore, in fact. But
Yeah.
there's also lots of just bits and pieces scattered around, like books and papers and other maps, and it seems like it's as much a storage room as it is an active workshop.
Yeah.
Do we search
Yeah,
this
it's funny.
one?
I don't see a whole lot of point. Nothing we're looking. I mean, if we don't find what we're looking for elsewhere, we can start looking in earnest. But right now, we're just finding our way
Scouting.
around.
Does this room look like it's been recently, entered?
Um, what you
heavy
have
on the floor.
what you find looking in this room is largely what they've been seeing in other rooms, which is it feels as though this was an actively lived in home that everybody left suddenly and is now in complete grayscale. And it is nonetheless something that, like, none of this feels like what the Maiden of Misery's deal is. And you know that she took over the town not really all that long ago. And so it's perhaps a reasonable assumption to make that this is what it was like before she took over the house. But it also seems strangely static. Like there was food in the kitchen, but it didn't look like stale or spoiled, but it also didn't smell like anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
All right. These are lovely. These are interesting things, but yeah, we got to keep our
Yeah.
search up while we have the chance.
Indeed.
Yeah. All right. Let's have a look down.
I'll swing here.
Okay.
yeah. So everyone make a stealth check if you're continuing to even try to be
All right.
stealthy.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, that's not bad.
25.
15.
6,
5.
11.
Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
So if I may suggest that perhaps Radius and Kneecap together managed to bump into this mammoth skeleton trophy, which seems to be less sturdy than you would have hoped. And it starts to teeter and then collapses with a sound like a cartoon xylophone.
I have a thought about that. Radius
I love
goes
our
over
DM.
to look at it.
Yes.
Kneecap doesn't realize he stopped, and Kneecap bumps into him, and
Mhm.
chain reaction.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
And
I-
Radius is just like,
Whoops.
I'm sure they didn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Oops.
Yeah, well, if the fireball didn't get them.
The mountain never
So
will.
after this collapse and sound, which I can just imagine Spine there with the scene in Fellowship of the Ring after Pippin has knocked the skull down the well.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
So after everything has gotten quiet once again, you hear a woman's voice, somewhat muffled, coming vaguely from the north, just saying, "If it will save the furnishings further damage, I'm in here."
Versus this laughs. It's like, oh my god.
Kneecap's gonna go ahead and go in that direction.
Oh, Kneecap never change. Just killed yet, but never change.
So the door that it seems like it came from is right here, and as you open it, the initial part seems to be kind of just a little oddly shaped storage space, but with a doorway going into a bigger room. And in that room, you see a sparsely furnished room that has been set up to be like an artist studio, and you see the Maiden of Misery there. She is not for the moment floating as she was when you last saw her. What she is in fact doing is painting. And make a perception check, Kneecap.
Oh, of course.
In fact,
Wow.
everybody can if everybody's kind of coming in to see this. I didn't hear what you said.
12.
12. Okay. She is painting shocks in a black and white painting. However,
28.
with a 28, Spine, you do a double take because it takes kind of looking around and then looking back at the painting again, and you realize the paints she's using are color paints of shades of gray. They are not the desaturated colors that everything else is. They are full
Yeah.
color paints that just happen to be shades of gray.
Right. She's painting with a palette made up of, a blob of white, a blob of black, and then a bunch of all the different combinations in between.
Yeah. So, so you notice that, and not that that's necessarily important, but I thought you should know because you rolled so high. And so, in any case, the other thing that you see, just looking through the doorway here, is that there is a small pile of stuff sitting on the chair in this far corner here, and it is partially covered by like a sheet, but you see that peeking out from one gap in the sheet does appear to be your mosaic mimir. But as you kind of file in, she says, "One moment." She's doing a few more strokes. And then as she finishes it, she takes a step back and looks at it, puts the brush down, and then turns around and says, "I suppose you all think you're terribly clever. Let me explain to you that I do not wish to fight you, and in fact, I have a proposal of sorts.
Go on.
I believe that you have come seeking the items I have on the chair. I am prepared to give them to you if you can give me a piece of information and a contact."
What information and whom do you want to contact?
You see, I am aware of your recent incident at the High Courts in Sigil,
Mm-hmm.
and I am aware that Shemeska the Marauder went to some trouble to extricate you from that incident. And I want in. Whatever it is that she's doing with you is clearly important enough for her to go to some effort, and I would like a cut.
Radius literally starts to laugh. Like he's like, I wish we could. I wish we could cut you in on it. But we don't know what's going on half the time.
No, Radius, good friend. Let us not shut down the negotiation prematurely.
But like,
Listen, this is why I asked for a contact, not a bargain.
I, you know what? I don't see any reason we shouldn't put them in contact. They should get along just fine.
yeah, but
No,
usually
there's no
those-
yeah buts about it.
But those type of
And-
people don't generally like to have their information given out or even been pointed in their direction.
Oh, she
Yeah.
doesn't want to know where she is. She wants a way of getting in touch with her.
Mm-hmm.
So we can carry a message and say, "Oh, hey, so and so wants to talk to you." That's fine.
Okay.
To be clear, the return of your items are contingent on my successfully communicating with her.
I mean,
I don't know that we want to stay here that long.
well,
This is not something that will take time. It simply
Right.
means that once I have spoken with her, which I can do so
Mm-hmm.
magically, it is
Do any of us have sending? I don't know that we
No.
do.
No,
Um,
but
I don't need you to cast sending.
yeah.
Let me be clear here. I can message Shemeska anytime I wish. But what I would like is for you to know what has been decided so that you don't do any further damage to my dwelling and that you understand that an agreement has been made.
I see. You want us to stand by while
In
the
effect,
negotiation is done.
I am requesting your consent to negotiate with your employer.
I mean,
That-
I don't see any problem with it.
Yeah.
I see to
Yeah.
your bargain.
Agreed.
The other thing that I require
Hmm.
is the name of the person who helped you.
Now
Don't
you
think
see,
I haven't noticed my beholders wandering away after pretty things.
that's kind of a violation of professional ethics among
Hmm.
people like us. So,
The whole honor among thieves thing.
well, I mean, it's not so much honor as a matter of if word got out that we had sold someone like that up the river, nobody else would want to work with us. So it's entirely self-interest.
Yeah, I mean, it is a part of the brand. I mean, we are the skeleton crew. I mean, we do have, well, you know, it's kind of a trademark.
So that one's going to be a real sticking point.
Well, I'm.
So is there something
It,
else that we can do for you instead of ruining our careers for the rest of our lives?
well, let me maybe put it another way.
Hmm.
I, as previously mentioned, am aware that not only were you arrested by the high courts and fled before facing trial, and are therefore fugitives whom I know the current location of, but also my beholders will be back. And so let's say that I refrained from fighting you altogether and just handed you your items. How likely do you think it is that you could get out of town before my beholders catch you? How likely do you think that it is that the mercy killers don't catch up with you if I tell them where you are?
Okay.
But will you be here to see it is the question.
um, I want to look at her carefully because there's a significant chance that this is some kind of projection or illusion or something like that. And I want to see if I can.
You can use your action to make an investigation check to try to detect illusions or other
Yeah,
trickery.
yeah.
Yeah.
Not that I'm particularly good at it.
Sure. No, I think that's
no.
an entirely appropriate action to take.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
17.
17. Hang on, let me. I have some stats for her. I want to make sure I remember what her DC is. 17. I'm going to say that is just good enough that you do not see any illusion on her,
Right.
but you realize that the items on the chair in the corner are an
Are
illusion.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Yep.
Hmm.
That's what I was afraid of.
Yeah.
Um,
Can we do what we do best? Doc?
Incidentally, this is the corner, the upper left corner is where they appear to be.
Do it do
Mhm.
best? Chaos?
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm just gonna whip out my crossbow and shoot her because
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, the negotiation part has ended.
Go ahead and make an attack, and then we will roll initiative.
Where is she actually?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
She
Because
is.
that's good.
Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I had her still on the GM layer. Yeah, sorry. She's just right here.
Okay.
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 Mm-hmm.
Sorry about that. But yes. So go ahead and roll your attack.
16.
16 misses.
Okay.
She is. It's a little complicated what she is wearing because, as I mentioned, she has the mask and she has
Mhm.
sort of a slim profile that doesn't necessarily look armored, but it's also not clear that you are seeing any bare skin at all. And it
Right.
would appear that the glancing blow you managed with your crossbow is just like deflected and seems to have
Yeah.
no impact.
You were never gonna give us our stuff anyways, because that's an illusion. So that's what I say after I've shot, and
All
we
right,
can roll initiative.
let's roll initiative. Actually, pre-rolled for her.
Mhm.
Boy.
Pre-rolling initiative is like
How long has Christiana played with us?
Well, I mean, I think it's also she's making a pretty unreasonable bargain.
Yeah,
Right,
so
yeah.
the last time we went against the bargain we got ourselves in deep trouble. So, I'm not gonna go put a hand on that stove again.
All right, so it actually happens that she still rolled the highest.
Yeah.
With
Well, I mean, she
Yeah.
rolled pretty damn good. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is gonna be rough.
Yes. So she is going to dash forward surprisingly quickly. What? I've got the wrong tool on or something. Hang on. Oh, never mind. I'm on the wrong layer. Yeah. She's going to dash forward in between spine and kneecap there. Oh, hang on. Gotta manage extensions. It's on. Oh, I see what's happening here. I was looking at her stats still from the search window rather than the the proper
Right.
stat block window. So she is going to. She has this what looks like a paintbrush in her hand,
Mhm.
but she wields it like it's not like a regular paintbrush.
Right.
She is going to slash that at you, kneecap, um, and gets an 18 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. It's going to do 31 slashing damage,
Oh my
Oh.
God.
Wow.
and you need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh. Oh.
Oh boy.
And I need to make a con save.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, at least I'm still good at that. 21.
Okay. That is a save. You are not paralyzed.
Oh boy.
Um, But then, after swiping at you with this paintbrush, that I think even as she slashes out at you, what you're seeing is this paintbrush doesn't even make contact with you, but somehow you feel the slash
It's
nonetheless.
yeah.
So
Maybe another illusion there.
it's something. It's not clear
Yeah.
exactly what's happening, but certainly she
Yeah.
was able to slash you without the physical paintbrush you see touching you. But with you, Spine, she actually just she holds up her hand and she's got like spiked gauntlet on it,
Mhm.
and is just basically going to stab you with her long pointy armored fingers.
Okay. All right.
That is only a 12 to hit, however.
That does not hit. My
Yeah.
armor class is 15.
All right. So
So
yeah. She is going to do that, and then yeah, and then that is the end of her turn. So Malleus, you're up.
Okay. I am going to boogie down to here. Well, boogie over to here,
Okay.
because that way I have kind of sort of line of sight on her.
Yeah, I think she's got half cover with Tarsus in between.
Okay. Boy, am I glad I got that spell slot back. But I am going to do Eldritch Blast
Okay.
at her. So, first Eldritch Blast is a 27 to hit
That will hit.
for 9 points of damage.
Okay.
Second is only a 9, so that won't hit probably.
No.
All right, and let me check my bonus actions. No
Okay.
bonus actions right now.
All right. Um. So yeah, so you hit her once, and it does the damage. Is there not any other, like, doesn't push or anything like that?
No,
Okay.
no, it's just the damage.
All right, great. Yeah, you hit her. And so I think she is going to take a special reaction. These are not quite legendary actions. They work slightly differently, but it's similar in some respects. She takes that moment to move, and she moves to here without provoking opportunity attacks. And I think when she does that, she looks to you and just says, I mentioned I don't need you to communicate with Shemeska. I can certainly do so after you're all dead. Kneecap, it's your turn.
Okay. So, there's a gray flicker on Kneecap's form, and and Kneecap and an echo will appear right uh, next to
Okay,
to
here.
her.
I'll make another version of you, but I'll put a tint on this one.
Okay. And then I will I'm going to fire with my sling
Okay.
at her. 22 to hit.
A 22 does hit. Yeah.
And that is 3 damage.
Okay.
And see, whenever you take the attack action, you can make 1 additional melee attack from the echo's position. So, would range attack would count for that, right?
It just says attack.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to unleash incarnation, and the echo will make an attack on her.
Okay.
Let's see, will be. Oh, that's a crit.
Okay.
29.
Okay.
So that is 14.
All right.
And that would not count as my second attack, right?
What do you mean? I thought
Since,
I thought your whole thing was that you made a sling attack, and I thought you used your second attack to have the shadow do one. I thought that's what you said. Am I wrong?
It says when you take the attack action on your turn, any attack you make with that action. Oh wait, no, sorry, that's just a. You can heighten your echo's fury. Whenever you take the attack action, you can make 1 additional melee attack from the echo's position.
Okay. So yes, so you have your normal full attack action and then the one from the shadow.
Okay, so
From the echo, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, go ahead and
Mhm.
Fire again. For 24 to hit.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that hits.
And that is 5 damage.
All right.
And I'm going to go ahead and move over here.
Since Cuspid has never seen this before, she's assuming that getting up into melee with her will give her the sneak attack bonus because she's engaged with someone else. So Cuspid is running around over to here behind the painting and lashing out with her short sword.
Okay.
Ah, shit.
What?
It's just now I can't cast fireball unless you want to go above in flames.
Yeah,
She will
well,
burn up too.
That's only an 11 to hit, so.
An 11, yeah, does not hit.
All right, so and I've used up my move.
What's the name
let's
of
see.
your subclass that you're doing, Dove? I want to just have access.
Echo Knight.
Echo Knight.
Yeah, it's a critical roll.
Okay, yeah, I need to be able to look at it myself because you're doing some complicated things.
Yeah.
There we are. Okay.
Okay.
It is magical translation. Okay, I see. All right. Okay, so I was just trying to decide if it counts as a creature or not, and it looks like it does.
Yeah.
Okay.
AC, hit points, and
Okay. I'm using my dagger's Nick ability to make an offhand attack during the same action.
Okay.
And that's an 8. Crap.
Unfortunately, no. Those are
Yeah.
not high rolls.
And for once in all ever, I don't actually have a bonus action that is relevant.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's my turn.
spinning action.
I mean, I could
Disengage at least.
I could disengage, but I've used up all my move to get there.
Oh, okay.
Is dodge one of your cunning action options?
Oh wait, hold on.
Yeah, I believe so.
Dash.
Nope, dash, disengage, or hide.
Right.
Those
okay.
those are my options.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, I don't think you can hide in your current location. But,
no.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
if you don't want to
looking at
disengage, it sounds like you don't
well,
have.
I could disengage, but that wouldn't do me any good because I haven't got any move left.
Oh well, yeah.
So I could use dash to get out of her immediate melee range,
But you get smacked.
but I
then
would get
she-
smacked with it anyways.
Yeah.
So it doesn't it doesn't actually make any sense.
Oh no, she used a reaction.
She used a reaction.
A reaction.
Yeah.
I'm not convinced she doesn't have more. So
Yeah.
So yeah,
Touche.
end of my turn.
Okay. Tarsus.
Tarsus is less complicated. Tarsus says, by the power of Vulcan, we shall prevail, and casts a 3rd level bless to cover the 5 of us. It won't cover, I don't think it counts on the echo. It only gets 5 targets, and yeah, so the echo is not blessed, but everybody else is.
Echo's not blessed.
Echo is not blessed, so everybody else is. I'm going to move to here. In case our pyromaniac warlock decides to throw a fireball, I'm going to be far away from that fireball. Besides, Sacred Flame works just as well from here as up close. So that is my turn.
Okay. So on her turn, or rather, it's not her turn, but as another one of these reaction moves that she can do after one of you goes, she is going to once again move 30 feet without creating opportunity attacks.
Oh, hi.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no. I was thinking it was coming for me.
No, and she's gonna move right on into where Radius and Malleus are.
Well,
So,
how
Radius, it is
unsocial.
now your turn.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming. I thought she was coming after me.
Well, wow, wasn't expecting that. Hmm.
Let's put some tokens on while he's thinking. Let's put some tokens on characters so that we show that we're blessed.
Right.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Who is? Uh,
Everyone
Everyone
except
is
the echo.
blessed except the echo.
okay. All right.
Hmm.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, really, wow. Really not much I could do here.
You got nothing like shocking grasp or something? Anything?
I am not an up close guy. Like,
Oh,
listen, I like literally my spell book is also looking shocked because this point of the spell
Mhm.
book is I can cast spells from the book when it's floating around. Like, but you know what? I'm okay with that. Bonus action, Misty Step
Okay.
into the room.
Nice.
Over here, and I will let my manifested mind stay where I'm at.
Okay. Where you were? You mean?
Yeah,
Okay.
that to make it easy and I will then as a bonus because it's a bonus action. That means I can still cast a spell because I get one. I'm pretty sure I get a free cast in that because I
I'm
think.
making this little circle to be your spellbook.
Thank you. But you know what? It's fine. I will just cast Firebolt from my spellbook's position.
Okay. It will be a disadvantage because it's within 5 feet. But go ahead and roll.
All right. What? Isn't there something that gets rid of that? I could have sworn.
I mean, there are feats that you
Yeah.
can take.
Forecaster,
But
I
yeah.
believe.
Oh yeah, I do have Warcaster. Yeah.
Wait, no.
I thought I
Does
thought it was Warcaster.
Warcaster do that? There is a feat
I-
that does that. Do you have that feat?
Only one I have is Warcaster. So if it's not Warcaster, then yeah. So it'll be disadvantage.
Okay, you need to know what you're. I can't be
no,
looking
no,
up
no,
everybody's.
sorry. Yeah,
Um,
let's see. You have advantage on.
um, no, Warcaster
No, it
lets you
doesn't.
make an opportunity attack spell, but not.
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
not that one. So it'll be a disadvantage. That's okay.
Mhm.
Phew. Does a 19 hit?
A 19 does hit.
Alrighty. Alrighty. 14 points.
Okay.
And that'll be my turn. And you'll hear Radius go, wow, okay, she's aggressive.
Yeah.
She kind of hisses in frustration at that, but then on her turn, she looks into Malleus, in looking in you in the eyes, and you're just looking back at this mask, and the eyes seem hollow and somehow compelling. And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Don't forget bless.
Don't forget bless. That's why I cast it.
Yeah.
Is this a
I also have the Devil's Own Luck on my side as well.
How about that
All right.
wisdom saving throw?
Yeah, let's see what happens.
Okay.
So that is a 15. I'm gonna go ahead and roll the bless just in case. 'Cause
Sure.
let's. So that's 17.
Okay. 17 is just enough. And I think everyone else watches and sees the color briefly start to drain out of Malleus, but then the slight golden aura of the bless seems to pull him out of it.
Yeah.
And then she is angry, and so she's going to slash at you with her her paintbrush,
Okay.
but gets a critical fail.
It's the power of the spines.
All right. So
All right.
go ahead and
All right.
it's your turn. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so let us see if I can do something about this. I'm going to pull my dagger
Mm-hmm.
and see if I can poke her in the mask with it.
Okay.
That was probably not going to work. That's a 14.
No.
All
All right,
well,
second
bless-
Well,
attack.
you can roll bless. Remember
Roll
to
bless.
roll bless.
Okay.
When in doubt, bless.
That's a 16 to hit
Still no.
with bless.
Yeah.
No luck.
No.
Okay, second attack with my dagger because warlock.
I mean,
Warlock.
Pact of
only
the
a
Blade.
specific. Okay, well, I was just
Pact
gonna
of the
s-
Blade.
Yeah. Go ahead.
All right, that's even worse. Never mind.
Mm.
Let's see. Bonus action.
Mhm.
Let's see if I've got that prepared. If I've got that. Hex. I'm gonna cast Hex on her.
Okay. Tell me what that does. What do I need to make a save or?
Place a curse on a creature that you can see within range. Until the
Okay.
spell ends, you deal an extra 1d6 necrotic damage to the target whenever you hit it with an attack roll.
Okay.
Also, choose one ability when you cast a spell. The target has disadvantage on ability checks
Okay.
with the chosen ability.
What ability?
I mean, ability checks don't
Yeah.
come up very often. The one that comes up
Yeah.
most often in combat is dexterity.
Yeah, that's
For
we're
like
gonna go
resisting grapples and
dexterity.
stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Dexterity, but also sacred flame.
Well,
that's dexterity
it's just
save.
only checks, not saving throws.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Checks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's do dexterity and yep. It doesn't say that there's any kind of resistance to it. It's
Nope,
just
it's just
curse.
yeah,
Mhm.
yep. And then you usually like do an attack to as a
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
to take advantage of it. So
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay. So is
the
that
hex
That's
is a
my
bonus
turn.
action. What's your
That's
she did the action already. It was two
Oh,
dagger
yeah.
attacks.
I already did
Yeah,
the
okay,
action.
so-
Yep. So
That
I'm gone.
Kneecap's turn.
Yep.
Okay, so Kneecap's Echo is going to move up here and gonna just go ahead and take 2 melee attacks.
Okay.
That is a 21 to hit.
It looks like it was going to hit, but she flickers her paintbrush and knocks it aside, parrying it.
Okay.
Oh, shield.
So,
Reversion
no
of shield.
damage.
Mhm.
Let's see, a 24.
A 24. Hang on, I'm just double checking. Yeah. So the parry doesn't carry over. So it's only for one attack. So 24 does hit.
Okay, so that is 13 damage.
All right.
And Kneecap is just kind of sitting there and just watching and just like, yeah, you can see him twitching as his echoes doing this thing, and that's my turn.
Okay. Spine.
Yeah. If I go up next to the echo, I'm going through there's going to be cover, right?
She would have 3/4 cover from basically anyone in any spot in 3/4 or total cover from anywhere
20,
in the room you're in.
30. Wrap.
Yeah.
All right. You know what? Now seems like a really good time. Pull out my Horn of Valhalla and blow it.
Okay.
And
Oh, for
summon
backup.
8 berserkers.
Okay.
Okay, I did not see this coming this session. Okay.
Wow.
Good call. I
Okay.
You might be Malleus's new favorite.
Oh,
Yeah,
sheesh.
and I've got the berserker stats handy.
Okay.
So, yeah. Now, they're probably going to be getting in each other's way a lot,
Mhm.
Oh,
but
jeez.
So- Good God.
she's not going to be able to play much of as many of those games
Mhm.
dancing around the room.
And y'all thought we were gonna cast Fireball. You cast
Mhm. Yeah. Okay.
And she tells him, if you can't get to the lady in the mask, chop shit up.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, actually,
how many
that
times have you
actually
used
worked.
that horn?
None. This is the first time I've used it.
Can you? How many times can you?
Once a week.
Oh wow!
Once a week. Oh wow.
Mm.
Overdue.
And that was what was that? 2d4.
2d4 plus 2.
So you almost rolled max.
No, you did roll max.
No, that
No,
would be
2D
10.
No.
That'd be 10.
Max
Okay.
would be 10. I rolled good. I rolled
Mhm.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay. When do they? What do they roll initiative? Do they take it on your turn? What?
The
This guy.
it doesn't say. It just says use an action. They appear within 60 feet. They use the statistics of a berserker. They return to Valhalla after 1 year. Oh, sorry, 1 hour.
I would say
Um,
they roll their own initiative then.
Okay.
I've put one on the tracker, but you need
Yeah.
to tell me what the number is.
Okay. Sorry, lots of tabs here.
Mhm.
Their initiative is +1.
Oh, okay. I
So-
thought you were gonna go ahead and
We're gonna
roll it.
roll.
Yeah.
8,
8.
which is convenient because it's right after me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So sure enough, the horn sounds, and I think only Malleus is close enough to the Maiden of Misery to hear her kind of whisper under her breath, "What the hell?"
Malleus,
And-
so Malleus's smile just keeps getting wider.
yeah. And and then as they appear, as though you see this longboat, this Viking longboat, sort of seem to sail in, even though it's like it seems like it could be small or it's just somehow far away, but it sails in spectrally, and then leaping off the side of it and landing in the room are 8 berserkers who all give a nod and a ha to you, Spine, and then turn and I mean, one of them looks like he's going to try to make his attacks against the Maiden of Misery
Yep.
against 3/4
Yep.
cover, and the rest, I
Right.
guess, will start chopping up the room.
Yeah. And now he's going to attack recklessly, so he gets advantage.
All right.
I'll just roll 2d20. One of them's a critical, so
Okay.
that's a 25.
All right. I mean, the critical will hit. Yeah.
Yep. All right. 1d12 plus 3 damage.
Well, 2d12.
Oh, right. Yeah. So
Wow.
20 points of damage
Oof.
Wow.
from that one of them.
Well, yeah, with a crit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the rest of them make attacks against stuff in the room.
All right. Yeah. So I guess they're just like spreading out.
Yeah, they're gonna spread out a little.
Some go for the paint. One of them goes for the painting.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that'll piss her off for sure.
Hey, she didn't want to do a fair
I mean,
deal.
she's not having a great time already. I mean, this is not like
Yeah.
she was having fun before.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
She
This just-
tried to avoid this. She did not want to fight you guys. She
Right.
was trying to make you a reasonable bargain. Anyway, okay,
Leave
so
the
that was the
room,
berserkers. So that makes it your turn, Tarsus.
Yep. Since she has cover, a lot of the stuff I want to do won't really work well. So I will just go with the tried and true sacred flame. Point at her and bring the Fires of Vulcan and make her make a dexterity saving throw.
Mhm. She's pretty
At
good at those, but
disadvantage.
rolled super low. Why would she have disadvantage?
Well, the hex is still
No,
on.
that's
No.
checks,
Oh.
not
Yeah.
saving
Oh,
throws.
oh,
Save.
never
Yeah,
mind.
check,
Never
yeah.
mind. Okay,
Okay,
never
but
mind.
she still rolled low, so it doesn't matter. She will take the damage.
Okay.
All right.
She takes 14 radiant damage.
Okay. Why? So the
And-
blessed. So it's trying to add blessed strikes, and I think that would apply. But you know, I
Yeah, you
understand
said-
we're jumping around
yeah.
different character types, but you guys
Yeah,
need
yeah.
to.
No, I know. Yeah, that the blessed strike should not work. I know it's trying to add it, but that should not work because I'm not actually hitting her with anything of my own. So it should
I
say
think
14.
it's. I mean, it's if you make an attack,
blessed,
right?
Oh, blessed strikes. Add 4 to the damage you deal with any cleric cantrip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
You
there
guys
you
are
go.
making me help you out here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
1980
Yeah.
damage. Yes.
She's starting to take some damage, and this is not looking great right now. Okay, so Radius, your turn.
You know what? Radius
Hmm?
doesn't pull out his nasty tricks all that much, but he will on this go, and he will cast Phantasmal Killer at 4th level.
Okay.
Ooh.
Wisdom saving throw, DC 16.
All
That
right.
is a nasty trick. That's not for. That's
You all
not,
see
16, huh? And she got a 15. She is rolling super low on these. She's got really good
Wow.
modifiers, and that's a 15. So yeah.
23 points of damage and disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
Wow.
Oh.
There a particular image?
Actually, well,
a beholder betraying her.
oh no, it's if it's a fear of hers, it's actually a pool of color that erupts into like a rainbow of flowers, and,
Rainbows!
like, stars.
Oh my
like,
God! It's rainbows! No!
The rainbows have come.
It's the most technical. It's like the Wizard of Oz. It's like the Technicolor scene of the Wizard of Oz.
All right. Okay, great. So that's Radius's turn, and it is now her turn. She is increasingly a little desperate here. She is just going to basically wail on you, Malleus. So first she's going to slash out with the paint brush, but it is disadvantage. It's only a 15 to hit.
Nope.
All right. And then again, it's a 15 with the other attack because of the disadvantage. And she is really upset. This is not great for her. She's going to repeat the wisdom save at the end of her turn. Gets a crit. So she is no longer afflicted by the Phantasmal Killer, but it did force her to miss both of those attacks that absolutely would have hit without the disadvantage.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think you get a sense, Malleus, that she's trying to get you out from the door, in front of the door.
Ah, okay.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
All right. Well. Huh.
yeah.
Hmm.
Kneecap can help with that. Can help with preventing that.
Well, okay, it's not your turn, though.
I know.
Let's
Yeah.
let Malleus go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think he's going to attack with Chill Touch
Okay.
this time. And that is a 23 to hit.
A 23 will hit.
For 14 necrotic damage, I believe.
Yes, although you get a sense that some of that just gets dissipated.
Mm.
Okay.
Makes sense.
And Malleus will call out, necrotic damage not so good. And then bonus action, he doesn't really have anything to do. And he's just gonna park it.
Okay.
He's gonna stay right there where he is.
At the end of your turn,
Yep.
she is going to jump up and grab the ceiling and then crawl on the ceiling over to here with no opportunity attacks.
Oh.
Oh, clever and frustrating.
All right, that
oh,
is.
look. Berserkers.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I'm guessing that's pretty high up.
Well, it's on the ceiling of a room.
On the ceiling.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but you're also small.
yeah.
Oh, so my turn now?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so that changes plans. I will just go ahead and since it's probably out of range, I'll just go ahead and throw and well, I'll move my echo to here to help cut off escapes, and then just
Can your
sling,
oh well,
sling,
yeah, never mind. It's allied. Never, go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry.
sling bolts are better.
Okay.
Let's see, that is 16, but I do have a D4.
Mm-hmm.
19.
Yep,
to
that
hit.
hits. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that is 5 damage. Then second one is 25 to hit.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and roll damage when you roll that high.
3 damage.
Okay.
Whack, whack.
You could come within arm's reach if you wanted to be brave.
All right.
She has no interest at all in
Yeah,
engaging
of
with that
course.
sort of argument. Like she's just like,
Of course.
Yeah.
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 She's
Yeah.
she is not tauntable.
I know.
Cuspid points to the 3 berserkers closest to her and says, "Grab her!" And they run up to
Uh,
grapple.
What was where's your turn done, Kneecap?
yeah, my turn's done.
Okay. The berserkers are going to go after you, Spine.
They're going after me.
After
they're
you.
going. Okay. Sorry. They're taking their turn after me.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
English.
No,
Sorry.
yes.
Sorry.
Their turn is after
Yes.
your turn.
Yes. So, yes. Spine takes a shot with her hand crossbow. You know what? I'm going to take the bonus action steady aim,
Okay.
so I get to get advantage on this shot.
Sure.
But nope. The best is a 7, so that doesn't work.
Well, it's a 7 on the die plus your modifier plus bonus.
Oh, right.
Less?
So, but it's still, that's just 14.
Less is
4. That's
That makes
18.
it
Okay,
18,
okay,
yeah.
that's all right.
See, there you go. You guys keep making
right.
me help you.
I had advantage on the attack, so I'll get my sneak attack,
Mm-hmm.
and that's 20 points of damage.
Yep. She's taking a lot of damage. She's not looking good.
Rose, man.
Mhm.
All
right.
Yeah, and then she'll tell the 3 berserkers closest to her to go and grab her.
Mhm.
I'm gonna rush up and make grapple attempts.
Okay. She is going to resist.
Can't
So
move the tokens.
okay. 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 Well, fine. I know that's not. It's not on you. Okay, there. Move the tokens. Go ahead.
Mhm.
Roll. You can go ahead and roll the things though.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Sorry.
That's okay.
So their strength score is +3. They don't have any particular skill.
Mm-hmm.
One of them critical.
Wow, and then another one 19 too. Yeah.
Mhm.
So let's see. She's gonna. Wow, she got a critical for the first one, but that's against the 13. She got a 22 for the second one, which is not enough to beat the 23 critical.
Right.
She does beat, so only the critical
The
successfully
second
has
one.
her grappled though.
Okay. All right. And uh, uh, the other ones are continuing to smash up the room.
Okay. All right. So, that is the Berserkers. Tarsus, it's your turn.
Okay, so she's grappled.
Mm-hmm.
So what does that mean for
Her
hitting
move
her?
is 0. I think that's the
that's
only.
all
Yeah.
she gets?
And most, yeah, it's
And melees are advantage?
No,
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 only the
no.
person.
That's when it gets to restrain. She's not restrained.
Yeah.
She's
it's
just
Yeah, she's not
it's
restrained.
not even advantage for the person grappling them unless you have a specific feat.
Oh,
Right.
wow.
Grappled is only movement speed is 0.
Okay. So since she still might be able to wiggle away from the sacred flame with her dexterity, let's test her constitution and try Word of Radiance, which is a constitution save. Let's see how how she likes that.
I thought that's only got a range of 5 feet.
Oh, you're right. Right. I
Mhm.
can't. All right. I'm 10 feet away. Right. Okay. That won't work. Okay. Then we'll go back. Then we'll fall on old reliable and shoot a guiding bolt at her.
Okay.
Nice and simple. That's a 26.
Yeah, that's
Nice.
gonna hit.
15 radiant damage.
Mm-hmm.
and she's sparkly.
And she's sparkling for the next batter up.
Mm-hmm.
She looks better.
All right.
Versus growls.
Radius, it's your turn.
I will again because she seems to want to get close to me, and I don't like that. Bonus action, Misty Step away.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be the last one of those I can do, at least that I want to use. But I'm not gonna go that far. I'm gonna go right over here. Boop. And I will then. And she's glittery, right?
Yep,
Yep.
you got advantage on your attack.
Nice. So then, fiery bolts. Ew. Oh, that's terrible. 18.
18 hits though.
Nice.
Also, you guys keep forgetting bless. Well, I guess it hits you without.
Yeah,
it,
hits.
so-
Yeah,
all
it's-
right, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, only 8 points though.
All right. She's looking pretty rough though at this point, but it is also now her turn.
Her, yeah.
She is going to. Oh, okay. She does have legendary resistance, and I wasn't using it. That's all right. That's on me. So I'm not gonna. I was like, oh, I was gonna say, why? Anyway, yeah, she's going to use one of her attacks to smash the window. And then she is going to. Gosh, breaking a grapple it's an action, right? It's always it's an action. It's just an action. There's not it's not an attack.
Probably worth looking up in the 24 rules just to be sure.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, but yeah, I'll look it up just to see, because
I mean,
I'm just trying to be fair with the things that I actually set in.
Yeah.
Escaping a grappled creature can use its action. So yeah, I think that what she's actually going to do in this case.
You can attack the one grappling her, I suppose.
I think what she's going to do actually is. I'm getting a little theater of the mindy here. This is a
Mhm.
little different, but I'm allowing it because I'm the DM and I can do that.
Mm-hmm.
She is going to do essentially the equivalent of a shove attack against the one that's grappling her.
Okay.
And so it needs to make an athletics or strength against hers. Where did my window go?
Only a 5.
Oh, and I also just accidentally closed my window that had my stats in apparently, or I didn't think I did that, but oh man, it's gonna take forever to. Okay, but yeah, she's probably gonna beat a 5 though. Let me actually get her proper roll though, because I don't want to cheat that. She might roll super low too. Okay. Why did I? Is it? Okay, where is it? There she is. Okay. And so she's going to make the her own strength check, and she got a 19 against a 5. And
Okay.
so what I'm actually saying is happening here, rather than a shove, is that she basically grabs him back
Uh-huh.
and pulls him out the window with her.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Did not see that coming.
Now, because she's not using her special thing, technically that does give opportunity attacks from 2 of the berserkers and from Kneecap.
Okay.
She is out the window now with the berserker that is going to basically have the opportunity to either release his grapple or
One gets a 9. The other gets 22 to hit.
okay, with the 22, she is using her parry.
Okay.
I got a 15 total.
15, is that with bless?
That's with bless.
Alas,
nuts.
no.
Yeah.
So she is looking really hurt. And at this point, I think that the berserker is probably got his grapple still, because if,
Mhm.
well, okay. Question I think becomes, does he still try to stay grappled to her, or does he try to instead grab back onto the window to not fall?
I
I
feel
think he
like
stays grappled to her.
I feel
Yeah.
like if he grabs the window, he won't get into Valhalla.
He's
Yeah.
he's
No,
an iron
I think you are correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
So he'll take that fall damage.
so right now he's not just falling. He's got her grappled, but she has just yanked him out the window
Oh yeah, that's
with
fine.
her
Yeah.
and started crawling down the side of the wall.
Okay. Okay.
No.
So
Oh
he's
wait,
like
no, I'm
hanging
sorry.
off
I'm
her.
sorry. Okay, wait. So,
Her move is still
okay.
0. So.
Yeah. So I guess she was able to move out the window because of that specific shove equivalent is what I'm saying happened. So,
Right.
so yes, she is only just outside the window.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So that is Malleus's
That's
turn now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Me, you're muted.
All right. So 1 can squeeze by, 2 to get to here for 10 feet, 3, 4, 20 feet. And is she visible in the window, or
Yes.
can I smack her, or do I need to get all the way up
well,
there?
you would have to go all the way to the window to smack her through the window.
Okay,
But if
how
you're
about
like shooting
pretty-
something, then you can probably see it from there.
Yeah. So, but when you say smack, though, that does not suggest to me a ranged.
okay,
So,
yeah. No, I am doing ranged.
okay.
Okay, so Eldritch Blast 2
All right.
times.
Okay.
Pew pew.
That one doesn't hit. That's a 12.
No.
That one is a 19, so it will hit.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right, so that is a
she's no
12
longer glittery. We
points.
did that one.
Mhm.
Okay. 12.
Yeah, 12 points of damage.
Mm-hmm. So just as she is screaming into the night, "To me, my beholder!" the Eldritch Blast from Malleus blasts the mask off her face. And as soon as that happens, all of her like robes and clothing and armor just like blows away in the wind, like there was nothing in it at all.
Oh, nice.
And the berserker flumps to the ground outside.
Oh,
All right. All right.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Let's find
have
our
a-
stuff quick.
Mm-hmm.
I have a
Yeah.
thing that I can do.
What's
uh-oh.
the thing
The
you can
berserker
do?
outside
Okay,
takes
bitch.
10 bludgeoning damage from falling.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
when
fine.
I-
He's all right.
Yeah, when I reduce an enemy to 0 hit points, I get 13 temporary hit points. So, yay!
Yeah.
Oh, in the
All right. Stop
pretty
chopping
wrong
things
part.
up.
All right, we're looking for a thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm going to take the berserkers outside. You guys search. I'm not too great at that. You guys search. I'm going to take the berserkers outside in case we need to repel beholders.
And Christiana, in the brief moment after she's gone,
Mhm.
I'm gonna go ahead and use the um second wind to
Okay. Sure.
get some HP back.
Sure.
Oh,
Nice.
cool. Okay. Okay. Yep.
All right.
All right.
So, Spine's taking the berserkers. What else?
All right. So let's keep searching.
Tell me.
Okay.
Okay. Keep searching. I need more
Yeah.
specific than that.
Okay.
Where are you
Gonna go-
Are you searching in this room? Who is searching? What are you doing?
I think
Give me more
Kneecap
detail.
would start with this room
Okay. All right.
and
So,
just going
okay.
through
I,
any.
okay. That's okay. I think I was just looking for you to actually describe the actual
Oh.
actions instead of just saying, I don't want it to be as generic as just, I make a perception check
Okay.
or something like that. But that's okay. So, whoever is searching in this room, make an investigation check. Or you can have one person do it with advantage, but whatever you're
Yeah.
doing.
I'm okay providing advantage to say.
I think you
Read
can
it.
only provide advantage if you have proficiency in it. in
Yeah,
this
I don't
case.
have proficiency, so I'm not good investigator.
I don't. Okay.
It's fine. I'll do the investigation. I'll check.
Okay.
It. Me and the book will.
You know,
check it out.
I take that back. Anyone can do the advantage.
The help.
Allow the advantage. I don't know why. Because you're just looking for stuff. It's fine. Go ahead. So someone make a roll though. You guys.
Yep.
22.
Thank you.
All right. 22. As you are looking around in this room, something catches your eye. The painting that had been knocked over and stomped on in the commotion, you
Mhm.
notice that the footprint where it's stomped seems to have revealed a slight glowing patch.
Uh-huh.
Ooh.
Mhm.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Well,
Let's take a look at this painting.
As you start to handle the painting and poking around on it, you discover that the paint has been applied to a very thin, sort of strange, like force membrane over what looks like a little mini demiplane. So the frame is actually sort of the threshold of a demiplane
Whoa.
that you have to kind of push through, and the paint had just been applied on the surface of it. And you can see inside there is just a little 5 foot by 5 foot cube, and all of your stuff is in there.
I'll go in, and Kneecap will just kind of shove himself through and
Mm-hmm.
push all of the stuff out.
Yes, you succeed in doing that. You are now covered with gray paint.
Okay. Eh,
Yeah, it's in your hair and everything.
Yeah.
I've been covered in worse.
I mean, paint though.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just make sure I make sure to wipe off my feet so I don't leave tracks.
Yeah, well, that wasn't the part I was worried about, but okay.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yes, in any
Hey,
case, you've got your stuff. Hmm?
do you guys think we could put stuff back in there?
I mean,
Like what?
you want to take the demiplane with us?
Yeah,
I was actually thinking that too.
and let's take that library.
Takes
Okay.
a while.
Okay. That sounds like it's going to take a while. We need to get out of here before the beholders even know we're here.
Mhm.
So let's just
Which,
go.
as Spine, as you emerge with the berserkers, are you taking them out the front door or?
Yeah, I mean, it's the closest exit. Yeah.
Okay. As you open those front doors, you see you see there's already at least two beholders headed your way, floating angrily. They're not super fast, but they are already within about 120 feet.
All right. Um, uh, uh, okay. It's like, guys, time to go. And I'm going to send the berserkers into battle to delay the beholders because they're going to get chopped to pieces, but that's fine. They're Iron Yar. That happens to them every afternoon. Going to send the berserkers in there while we skedaddle the other way.
Well, okay, so like that is you guys are downstairs, everyone else is still upstairs.
But no, I'm calling out to
Yeah,
them. We got to get out of here.
Okay.
Oh well,
Yeah, let's go.
let's get our stuff and let's skedaddle.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, let's leave the demi plane
Hmm.
because that's
Yeah.
something that can track.
Yeah, we don't have time for that. Come on, let's go.
Alas.
Yep.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It would be fun, but no.
So the stuff that was pulled out, is that just magic items or magic items and cash or?
It is not the cash. It is magic
Okay.
items, including the mosaic mimir, but it is
Okay.
not cash.
Yeah, I've got the Mimir and my cloak of protection. I don't think the halberd survived.
If it's magic.
Well, if it was magical, it would have. Okay.
Well, it was a +1 halberd, so okay, yeah.
Well, then it's magical. So
Yep.
yeah, you guys.
Yeah.
All right. So here's the thing: is that I think I will put us back on the Outlands poster map here, but you are not home free. Because the berserkers have a disadvantage when it comes to trying to hold off or even just detain
They don't have any missile weapons.
beholders. Well, also the beholders can just float right over them.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I think then what is going to need to happen is that as the berserkers are making a big fuss,
Mm-hmm.
those of you who are trying to go out sneaky the other way can make
Yes.
a stealth check, group stealth check with advantage because of the diversion. However,
Right.
just because you saw those two beholders doesn't mean the
There
others
aren't
aren't.
any others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yay!
All right.
18.
Hopefully, my
Baker's
30
20.
will make up for some of the others.
Yeah.
Baker's
Okay.
20.
Oh, 8.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So 18.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's it.
So I think that the problem that you guys have is that beholders have a passive perception of 22.
Oh.
So I think
So
even
that's
though
only 2 successes.
yeah. So I think that the two beholders that were in the front do seem to be engaging now with the berserkers. However, as you all are sneaking out and trying to run down the hill into the safety of the city, you hear the roar of another saying, "We were gonna have dinner!" And so we're not going to do full proper initiative here. This is a chase. This is a
Right.
skill challenge, as you all are going to try to see. First of all, it's not clear to me what your actual strategy is here, but tell me, is the idea what are you
Okay.
trying to do?
The beholders are not particularly fast, right?
It's correct.
So I'm thinking that we just outrun them to like the city gate or it's either the city gate or the spot where we climbed in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Whichever one is closer, and just power it on.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mhm.
try
Yeah.
instead of trying to go sneaky, try to go fast,
Okay.
because sneaky doesn't work when they've got
Yeah, just
Yeah.
outpace them.
right.
Right. Okay. So I think what we're looking for here is we've got a pretty high DC, all things considered.
Mhm.
But I'm gonna look for four successes before three failures.
Okay. Okay.
And so what this is a skill challenge which we don't do very often. But as you are all just running away, trying to break line of sight as much as you can, and just keep up the speed because they can't, they fly, they hover, so they can go up and get just like a bird's eye view, but they can't move as fast as you can.
Yeah.
So they can kind of
So,
do as the bird flies, but you can go faster. So
yeah.
the idea is as you are running and trying to get away, put distance, each of you needs to tell me what you're doing to help this. And we can't have any repeated skills. So you have to tell me what
Okay.
skill you're using, or an attack can be okay. It doesn't have to be a skill, but you tell me a thing that someone is
Okay.
doing to try to aid this escape.
I am going. The first time we see one of those things, kind of floating up to like, oh, they're going that way. I'm going to invoke my figurine of wondrous power, the owl, to
Yeah?
go and harass that one. I know it's not going to
Nice.
last very long against it, but it'll distract it while we run off in another
Yeah.
direction.
See, like this, I'm just realizing like that you know I did just allow the attacks and stuff, but it doesn't that like how do I decide how to roll that with a I think
Yeah.
so let's have the owl. No, well, because that's probably not going to be as good. I was going to say have the owl
No.
do a skill check, but
Yeah. Um, how about perception to have spotted it coming early
mhm.
enough that the harassment keeps it
Yeah.
from
Yeah,
spotting us for a
yeah.
round?
So we'll say that's what you're doing, sort of in the
Yeah.
fiction, and you will use a perception check
Right.
for the
Okay. Is
skill
this
challenge.
okay? Do we still have the bless?
Uh,
No,
No,
That's
that would
that's
have
just a
only been
minute.
a minute.
that
Yeah,
yeah,
Okay.
that's so.
All right.
Mhm.
Hey,
25.
25.
That is one success. All right. So the giant owl has certainly caused a distraction. The beholder's fallen a little bit behind. Um, who else
Yeah.
has got something?
I have a 5th level spell slot and the ability to cast fly, which gives us a 60-foot fly speed or 60-foot speed on flying. So
You can't get all of us though.
yeah, I can.
Oh, okay.
Additional person above 3rd level, and there's 5 of us, and I cast 5th level spell slots as a
Well,
warlock.
no, okay, but if third level is for one person,
Hmm.
fourth
For
would be
2.
2, fifth would be 3.
Right.
Hmm. Okay, never mind.
I
well,
mean, you
Um.
could
I
certainly
have an
cast that
idea.
on some of you to, like,
Yeah.
you know, to aid the speed.
How about doing it on the ones who are the slowest of us? So I've got the whole, rogue thing
Hmm.
with the bonus action dash.
Yeah.
I can
Yeah.
go pretty fast.
And what I can basically would let that skill be is essentially like your spell attack. Your spell casting ability plus proficiency.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I'll get me
Mm-hmm.
and um
You're clanking cleric, maybe?
Tarsus, and I'm vacillating between radius and kneecap. Or
Go
no,
with radius.
yeah. Huh?
Go with radius. Yep.
Go with radius. Okay.
More squishy.
Well,
Okay.
Okay.
I'm faster than you though, aren't you? Or do you have a? What do you?
Uh, actually, let me.
You're small, right? Or
So
not?
I think so Malleus, just pick someone. You would be doing this literally while sprinting away from a
Right.
beholder.
So just pick them.
So just pick someone.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'll just go with the three we picked: myself, Tarsus, and Radius.
Okay. So
And
those of you flying around are, um, tell me how that's helping, and first of all, let's do the roll, and then see.
okay. And so you just want a spell attack roll?
Yes.
Okay. Natural 20.
Okay. Well,
Nice.
I think a
Nice.
natural 20 counts as 2 successes. And
Yeah.
so I think you've got, by all of you moving around and flying around so much, you are distracting and confusing the beholder out of its, just using its anti-magic cone to make you fall out of the sky. But it's
Yeah.
you're moving around each other so fast that you're like distracting it, and it's trying so hard to like follow the rest of you that it's not able to target in on everyone else. So you're
Yeah.
actually at 3 successes now
Yeah.
because you guys are rolling really high. Yeah.
What I would like to do is
Mhm.
use survival to try and plot out a good,
Yeah.
quick but hidden path.
Great idea. Let's do it.
Okay. 15?
15 is not enough, I think.
Oh,
Unfortunately, they
okay.
know this city better than you do, and they can
Yeah.
fly up high enough to see the landscape. So I think you are cleverly planning your route, but it just is not enough to overcome the advantage they have of already knowing the layout.
I can imagine that one of the things they do, like the beholders do as a training and entertainment, is basically force people to try and escape, like we're doing.
Well, I mean, they don't usually have to even try to like force people to try to escape.
Yeah.
People already try to escape just
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
on their own. But yes, yes,
They get plenty of
certainly
practice at
they
this.
have lots of practice chasing people down.
Mhm.
So yeah, so we are at one failure now as well. So who else has got an offering?
I do.
Because
I'm going-
everyone
I-
has to do something before anyone can do it again.
Right. I have a 5th level spell, and I'm willing to use it to attack the beholders and delay it. I'm going to summon a celestial.
Oh, okay,
Nice.
Ooh.
nice.
Yeah.
So I think once again we will use your spell casting ability for these.
And just make a spell attack.
Spell casting ability plus proficiency.
All right.
Yeah.
So where would I actually roll?
That'd be the same as whatever your spell. I mean, when the attack value for whatever
Like,
spells
yeah.
you was.
Guiding
Oh, okay.
like
So
guiding
yes, I'll
bolt.
just
Yeah.
roll
Mhm.
like for a guiding bolt.
Yeah.
Oh my God! No.
Oh no. Okay.
Oh.
Terrible.
That's
My
2
God.
failures.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
So we are at 3 successes but 2 failures. So whichever way this next one goes.
All right, so I think that I may have the highest bonus of anybody's anything in the group, so I'm going to take this last one. I have the urchin background that lets me find my way through cities,
Mhm.
and so I'm going to use acrobatics
Okay.
to hop along um, uh, um, um, fence posts and that sort of thing to make progress
Great.
on this, and find a path that was not.
Yeah. Incidentally, 17 is the target number. I just realized it's fair
okay.
for you to know what it is.
Okay, so here we go.
Uh-huh.
I had a better than even chance. Damn.
27.
All right. So it was touch and go there for a little bit, but all of you, as you use your powerful magics and your canny insight and your natural dexterity to speed through the city as much as possible. You leave the angry, shouting beholder behind, and manage to avoid picking up any new trails from the others. You hear kind of in the distance more beholders shouting in the vicinity of the mansion, but you now have put enough distance between them and you that they would not be able to catch you so long as you keep running. Are you just gonna make a run for your basically you were gonna I'm assuming that you were going to the wall where you came over because that's where
Right.
your castle is.
Yeah.
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 Because
Yep.
otherwise you could just like run out into the outlands, but then you'd have to
Yeah.
climb through the mountains to get back to your castle.
Yeah, 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 yeah. We're headed back to the castle
Mhm.
by the most direct route.
Yeah. Okay, so I think you would have to still make your way back over the wall, but you did it once before. 3 of you are currently flying. I think you figure it out.
Yeah.
So I think you are able to make it back to the walking castle with your stuff, and you seem to have recovered your things, including the mosaic mimir, and made a well, it's not a clean escape, but you got away.
An escape. It's an
Yeah.
escape.
Mm-hmm.
Any escape you walk away from.
Yeah,
is a
Yeah.
good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any crash, right?
Any
Yeah.
any any escape
Hopefully-
from beholders is a good escape.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And hopefully the the Lady of Misery, is that what her title
The
was?
Maiden of Misery.
Maiden of Misery.
Maiden of Misery.
Hopefully that yeah, that was actually her and not something else that
Well, hard to say. It's a little unclear what her deal was.
Right.
yeah.
But I'm sure we'll find out scuttlebutt wise sooner or later what happened.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay.
All right,
So
Mimir.
let's get this castle moving.
All right.
Yes.
We can't count on them not like
Mm-hmm.
still coming after us.
All right.
So
Yeah.
So I
At
think
least it wasn't a hag.
This
I
for
think
the
it
first time in a
counts.
while.
you be quiet. You be quiet.
I think it still counts.
Yeah.
Honorary hag.
Oh.
Thafer suddenly lets the illusion drop, and
Oh, God,
Oh. Oh, that would be ooh.
so
Oh, yeah.
I assume then. So is the plan to now make your way to Dendrius
yes.
or
Yes.
Dendratus rather?
Gratis.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you get on your way.
Yeah.
And you're now traveling by your walking castle, and so you are all able to kind of do as you like, and you can get a long rest if you like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yay!
Hey,
And
yay.
attuned to my cloak of protection. Yay! The I want to put the Mimir in the library with the sarcophagus,
Okay.
just so that we know where it is. Maybe dress it up and make it look like it's not a Mimir. It's just this random skull. Put some
Make a little
put some
puppet
business
body
cards.
for it, you know.
No, put some business cards in its mouth. All right, pretend that you are not something nice.
Well, the problem before was not that it was stolen by someone who recognized its value as much as you left it in a pile of dust.
Yeah.
We had no choice.
Yeah,
Well,
I know.
okay.
I'm just saying the issue was not that like. Anyway, yeah,
You just flippantly
it was
left
not. It was not burgled. Is my point. But yes,
Yeah.
you can do whatever you like with it. But all right, yeah. So, tell me what you would like to do. It's going to probably take a couple of days to get there.
I will research it.
Dendritus, that is.
Yeah, that's probably the plan.
I'm keeping an eye out because
Right.
Yeah,
Oh,
we have a number
Yeah.
of enemies at this point.
Mhm.
yeah.
You know, if only we had someone who could make like improvements to this thing, like maybe give it some like detection, you know, so like help us out, you know.
I mean,
Too bad we don't have an artificer.
Anymore.
No, not anymore.
I think Thafer is just like, I'm sorry, is my walking castle no longer to your satisfaction?
No, we just keep making acquaintances that are slightly aggressive.
Aggressive
Slightly.
acquaintances. I'm gonna use that phrase next time I get accused
Hmm.
of hurting somebody. It's like I'm not an enemy. I'm just an aggressive acquaintance.
Yeah.
We wish to keep your walking castle in working condition.
Yeah,
Or
because
better. Or
these
better.
acquaintances could disintegrate stuff.
Yeah. I'm gonna share. That's not the one I was gonna. I am constantly a little bit frustrated because I have the full set of the Planescape books in D&D Beyond, and I purchased the adventure module in Roll20,
Oh,
but the adventure module doesn't have art that's from the other two books. It only has the art that's in the adventure book of the three. And so it means frequently that I'm looking at artwork and saying, "Oh, that's so cool. I want to show it to you guys." But you don't get to see that one.
Aw.
Yeah. I don't have an easy setup way to do it. You know what? Let me just go ahead and I can do it another way. So, you guys do something role play for a second.
Uh,
like,
Guys.
all right. So, are we cool again?
Yeah,
Yes. I feel
absolutely.
yes. I mean, you did shoot first.
yeah, it's
I
gonna go
mean,
to you.
I missed, but still,
Yes. But no
she was
problem.
never. I mean,
No,
we
she was never
couldn't.
going to give her stuff,
Yeah,
our stuff
no.
back. That's
No,
true.
that was
I was willing to
3 out
hear
of
out
3.
her. Yeah, I was willing to hear her out, but I kind of figured the end result of that was going to be violence.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
was
I'm
will.
not.
Uh, Kneecap will go up to Spine and motion for her to
Oh,
lean
Okay,
down,
okay. I kneel down.
and he'll put his hands on your shoulders and say, "If you have the opportunity, you will help me find my sister. Do that, and we will be square."
mm,
I, I we'll see what happens. I mean, we've got a whole world to
uh,
save.
save the multiverse,
You might
but
say, uh, "If whatever happens, if you are able to, promise to do so, and we will be
This will
square."
cross my heart.
Okay.
Uh, all right. So as you do your research for Dendritus, you find that there's actually not as much information as you would like, but partly it's because part of what you learn is that it is a relatively reclusive and isolated place, and it's a vertical city of towers and bridges that knits across a fissure in the spire. And it is primarily settled by what are known as Rilmani. And Rilmani are like non inorganic beings. They are they look, gosh, I'm trying to see if I have, they're bipedal, but they have bodies of living metal that range in appearance from cold iron to brilliant gold. They have very smooth faces with few features, and they like just to look at them, they don't feel like they obey quite the same sort of laws of physics that other creatures do in some ways.
Hmm.
Um, oh, here, let's see. I've got a couple of handouts that I can show to you guys. I've got a Kupralak Rilmani and a Ferrumak Rilmani handouts that I'm showing you right now.
oh wow.
That these are kind of what some of the Romani look like, but there's lots of different kinds of them.
Yeah.
But the Rilmani, by and large, keep to themselves. They're pretty suspicious of outsiders generally. Dendratus is one of their communities. And it is also like part of the reason that a lot of other people don't go there is because the spire itself is kind of got a really creepy vibe when you get really close to it. And I think as the walking castle starts to get closer, I will go ahead and share now this artwork that I put together as a new handout because it's very cool. Dendrotus from a distance, I've just shared with you.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
and so these little buildings, these ruined buildings we see in the foreground is not it.
Yeah, that's
These strange crystalline things at the base of where the actual spire is what the city is.
Okay.
What does the spire look like it's made of?
Who knows?
Oh, God.
Cosmic
No.
forces.
It's a mystery of the multiverse.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
these rings are just stuff that happened. You know,
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
wow.
the spire is very mysterious.
Kind of this. I would love this as like a painting. This is a really nice picture.
See,
Yeah.
that's why I wanted to make it. I wanted to be able to show it to you guys.
absolutely.
Yeah, so basically, part of what is known about Dendrotus, its sort of most notable feature is because is that its slowly growing lattice-like city works are gradually working to cover up and obscure a massive body which is entombed within the spire. And if the Rilmani know who that body is, they won't tell. It seems to be a very sacred secret to them that they don't want anybody else to know. And there is actually, this is where I'm going to share a different Dendrotus handout that is also cool, but I wanted to show you that other one first. So this one is just Dendrotus. You can see that, there's it, and to be clear, like these little crystals, things that you're seeing kind of starting to
Building.
cover it up, like those are like building sized.
yeah.
Almost the uh, body looks like it's like it's a very large Romani.
Could be,
At least
who
that's what
knows?
it seems to me.
Mm.
Yeah.
Covering up your own god?
Mhm.
I mean,
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time.
like, yeah, ancient Egyptians,
Mhm.
Yeah.
they built monuments
Oh yeah.
to tune their
It's
god.
just very strange. It's in the base of the spire. What does that say about cosmic reality? Hmm.
I was actually thinking about the Radiant Citadel
Mhm.
and the journey through the body of the dead god in space.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Good call. Good
Hmm.
call back.
Oh, did I think I may have shared yeah, okay, hang on. I need to undo the thing that last one I just shared because I shared not just the artwork but the like the whole adventure section on it. So please don't
Oh.
read that stuff
No.
that's below that.
Don't click on it.
I have a handout version of the art, but I shared the wrong part with you.
That's
Okay.
All
fine.
I saw was the art.
I figured that was probably the case, but now you should have only the player art handout, Dendrotus.
Man.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So you know now that that's kind of what you've got ahead of you, and really your only lead here from the Mimir is more or less just that is where the
Modron
yeah, the
Rome.
Modron Rome had gone next.
Okay,
As
so I
research,
mean, I guess the thing to do is to just like ask around and see if anybody's seen the fella. I
I
mean,
something I'm wondering is if the like is there like a record of did the Motron March have issues with this area before? Is that something that was
Well, this is not a
reported out?
gate town, so it may not even come here.
No, it usually does, in fact, because
Oh.
that is part of what you learned is that
Oh.
the normal route of the Modron March would visit all the gate towns and then pass to other places through the spire
right.
by traveling through this way.
Okay.
Okay.
And that seems to be, according to the Mimir, kind of like where they were last seen.
So we don't have the research doesn't say anything about the Romani causing problems for that.
I mean,
Oh.
not historically.
Okay,
No,
that's
but
good to know.
this is where the trail really leads. So,
Okay.
is there equivalent of a bar? We may
Does
talk
it
to
talk about their leadership, like how they're ruled?
It is unclear. Like there's only a few
There.
hundred of them even living there.
Mm.
For such a big city, there's very few.
Yeah, it is also not the only place that Rilmani live, but that's how many. That's the size of the community here. Even though it's it's full of these big structures, but the population compared to humanoid dwellings is low. But so as you are kind of moving in that direction, traveling there, ahead rises the spire, the infinitely tall, tapered column at the heart of the Outlands. While its height is lost amid clouds and the boundaries of sight, its lower reaches spread in wild foothills. And as you approach the base of the spire, a narrow seam in its stony slope comes into view. The fissure is filled with a lattice of rainbow-colored crystals. Tiny windows and distant figures reveal these crystals to be towers and bridges interweaving across the fissure. The structures obscure a great shape within the cavity, a giant fossilized multi-limbed body. At the seam's base stands a glimmering crooked tower with a prominent gate. Two gray figures with armored bodies and bladed limbs flank the gate. And these are the ones that look like the Faramok Romani.
I mean, let's,
Into the gate.
let's go. Well, I mean, we're not going to stop the castle up to the gate. Let's,
Yeah.
stop it at a reasonable distance and
Mm-hmm.
take a stroll inside. See what people know.
Will we have to? Can we get there without having to cross the coral stuff?
I mean, I think if you're just staying in the castle and stomping through, no. I mean, you just keep walking. Nothing that's in
Yeah.
the corals
Yeah,
can bother you while you're up in the castle.
yeah. I mean, I mean,
Just don't step on my old statue, please.
I think, I don't think going around this coral would. Actually, no. What's the spine we're talking about? Stomp away.
No, no,
Well,
I
basically,
know.
I will. Navigating to Dendratus is close enough where we can walk. I imagine Zathir would have her own opinions on that.
Well, yeah. I mean, I am assuming that unless directed otherwise, the castle is
Yeah.
taking the safest, obvious route.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah,
So
I mean
head-
that's
head-
perfectly fine.
Head to like the opening of the
Yeah.
chasm
Mhm.
there.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yes, as you are, as you can get to the point where you see this gate, you realize it's as close as the castle is able to approach. You can
Yeah.
settle it down and disembark, walk up to the
Yep.
gate.
Yep.
Yep.
Well,
That's what we're gonna do.
Go up to
Okay.
Zathir and hold up my hand and say, "It's been a pleasure traveling with you." If we do
Well,
not,
I mean, we're not necessarily done traveling.
Uh-huh.
Don't say goodbye yet. I mean, who
I
knows what
mean,
might happen.
it never hurts to take care of these things. You never know.
Yeah. Until we meet again.
How about
Hopefully
that? That
soon.
works.
we meet again. Hopefully,
Mhm.
hopefully in this form rather than another.
Mhm.
We have been through a lot. This feels like a new stage in the journey,
Mhm.
but I don't think we're done with I don't think we're done with your help yet, Mr. Safe there.
Well, I'll not walk the castle away immediately then.
Thank you. Appreciate that. If circumstances should change, I will send a sending to you.
All right.
Right.
So
Oh yeah.
the two Rilmani are guarding the entrance, and I think as you start to approach, they kind of, you know, take up sort of on specific on guard positions, and it's clear from their body language that they are obstructing your path.
Okay.
We wish to enter.
Well, that may not be necessary.
Yeah. We're looking for the Modron named Rome.
They look down at you and say, "Non-Romani may not enter Dendratus without a Romani escort."
Will one
Okay.
of you do us the honor of escorting us?
No.
Okay.
W-
How
Maybe-
would we obtain an escort?
That is your problem.
Hmm.
Mm,
Uh,
no.
so
Yeah.
catch-22s aren't just limited to automata.
Yeah.
No.
This is not a catch-22. You are not welcome here.
Have
Okay.
have you seen any Modron lately?
We have seen Modrons.
Coming to Dendritus?
You
Within
said yes. You didn't say when.
Hmm.
When did you see the last Modrons arrive?
Some time ago, the Modron March passed through.
But this is, my friends, this is something that happens regularly. How long ago was the most recent Modron March that you saw?
They give the answer of whatever we said in this setting of how long ago it happened.
Well, I mean, the one that's gone missing, or the one that's the one that came before that.
We are here to guard the gate, not answer your questions. Please disperse unless you have an escort.
Okay.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I've got an idea. We need to go back to the castle.
Okay.
What's
Okay.
As you're starting to turn away, a third Romani comes out of the gate.
Mhm.
This figure is leaner than the others, with a copper cast to their skin, and they look more like this other one, this Kupralak Romani.
Mhm.
They're reading a scroll intently, but they look up as they draw near. This new Romani halts and does a double take, looking from you to the scroll and then back again. And then the newcomer approaches, holds up the parchment, and asks, "Excuse me, is this you?"
It's a wanted poster.
What is the scroll?
It is a scroll, and it bears all of your names, and it so it says kneecap, gnome, excessively short, orange plumage, ornery. It says spine, pink, troublemaker. Radius, question mark. Tarsus, and it says Warforged, and then that's crossed out, and it says Dragonborn.
Interesting. Wow.
Oh no, we've been watched.
And then
Yeah, but
Malleus, it
by
says
somebody who knows the changes.
Dragonborn, dingy yellow spikes. Watch this one.
Oh my
On the
God.
one hand, I am very insulted. On the other hand, well, they're
very-
not wrong.
I I feel like Malleus would be more uh, insulted at the dingy part.
Mm.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, he
Um,
was not pleased.
the other thing you notice though, as you're looking through this scroll, is
Mhm.
at the bottom of that list of all of your names, it says Rome, Modron, mismatched.
Rome. Oh, interesting.
So yeah, this is us. You're looking for us?
Well, this is enough of a coincidence to maybe wonder if it's not a coincidence. I was given this list and I was departing Dendratus to look for you.
Well,
When did you get the list?
here we are.
And from whom did you get the list?
Well, hang on just.
And can
Um,
you introduce yourself, since you know us, we don't know you.
Okay. Well, I've been asked by my superiors to find you and to find Rome, and I don't see Rome with you.
No,
No.
we've been
No.
looking for him ourselves.
Yeah.
Shucks.
Yeah. His
Uh,
last reported destination was here.
Here.
So we came here.
Really?
Yes.
Indeed.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
Following
if you're looking for him, I'm looking for him too. We might as well look together. It looks like you weren't going to be able to get into Dendratus anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Not
We would-
without a
Not around us.
Romani escort.
Yep.
We're a lot of trouble.
Or doing what we do best, and that might have been bad.
Get
Well,
into
I am willing then to act as your escort so that you may search for your friend in Dendratus.
sounds good.
We
My
appreciate
name
the help.
is Acetylus.
Acetylus?
Yes.
Pleased to meet you,
Pleased,
Acetylus.
yes.
You know all our names and apparently something
Any
about
re-
us.
Mm-hmm.
Any relation to the torch?
Court?
Yes, but they're kind of the black sheep of the family. Fiery temper,
Yeah.
Uh,
Mm.
so I was looking for you as ideally the best way to to understand what's happening. But if you have some other lead, then I might as well have you lead the way, and I can at least get you through the gate. And they kind of glare at the two the guards who stand aside formally.
Mhm.
Are you some sort of bigwig?
What? No, no.
I was gonna say, because we couldn't really find how, like, what governs the city or who governs the city.
Well, Rumani generally keep to themselves, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm not surprised that you couldn't find out.
All right.
But if you want to try to track down this Modron, is he your friend?
Business associate.
Yeah, go with that.
So I'm happy to be your escort wherever you need to go. But I don't know where he is now. I was coming to try to find you with that very hope. So
Okay, so
Okay.
well, see, it depends on who's asking you to find him, because if it's like the authorities here in Dendratus, then talking to them isn't going to help us find Rome. We were going to, I mean, not knowing much about
Hey.
what this is, we were going to like ask around to see if anybody's seen him. But if you were coming outside to look for him, then that doesn't seem like a very fruitful way to try to find him.
May
Or
I
perhaps clues
suggest
to as his location.
may
Yeah,
I
how are
suggest
you going to go about
following
looking for?
Path of
Sorry.
March?
I would not have expected to find him in Dendritus, except that you all seem to think that he is in Dendritus, and I don't have a better lead than that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
You were saying,
I-
Kneecap?
May I suggest following Path of March?
Sure. I mean,
Yeah.
that goes into the spire, and that's a big place. We can do that. But yeah, so yeah, sure, sure. I mean, that
Yeah.
seems like a reasonable place if you think that he would be following the Modron March.
Yeah.
Isn't
Let's
that what
see.
our information says that it's
Was assignment? Was
I see this all goes all the way back to the beginning of the adventure and I can't
Mhm.
remember anything about that.
I
So
I believe that was Rome's assignment was to follow the Motron March.
well, no, not
Or-
exactly. What it was is that, well, so there's a little bit of a complicated thing here because what you were told by Shemeska way at the beginning is that she had hired all of you to tag
Mhm.
along to watch the Mudrun March. And then something happened. The march disappeared. All the Modrons from that march except Rome, who
Rome.
was found wandering around all by himself, displaying the same reality glitch that you all did once you turned up again. And so she suggested you track down Rome because it must be connected.
Okay,
Right.
right.
But you have also gathered from finding the Mimir that Rome, at least, seemed to be himself trying to track down the rest of the march. So that's kind of where it was.
Okay.
You really haven't been able to like talk to him to
Right.
know,
But as far as you know, the Modron March left here.
Or went
we
through.
live, as you can see, in this community right here. When the
Mhm.
march passes through here into the spire, we don't see them anymore. We don't
Oh, so it
know.
passes in,
Okay.
goes to the spire, and then who knows where it goes from there.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, let's see if we can't follow the march and figure out what's going on.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
All right. So I think then that they are going to escort you. He's like, well, we don't really need to spend a lot of time in Dendritus then if you're just following them. But, you know, hey, works for me. I'm just glad to tag along.
Okay. Hmm.
As we go through, Kneecap's gonna like look at all the strange stuff and
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you find as you are making your way through the city that there are other Romani kind of coming and going and minding their own business, and they seem to just kind of really steadfastly ignore you.
that's fine.
basically if it was possible for them to just pass right through us, they probably would.
No, they
Well,
don't want anything to do with you. It's not that
I
they're
mean,
unaware of your presence.
okay.
They are purposefully ignoring you, not unaware.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So in any case, though, I think um, you pass through the city, and as you are starting to move into the spire, you're passing through areas that seem much more like caves made of that strange kind of obsidian crystalline stone, and uh, you're heading towards where Acetylus tells you is a place known as the Desert of Rust.
Mhm.
That's fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and this is, I want to be clear here. you are walking for several hours.
Mhm.
The spire is not a skyscraper, right? You're
Yeah.
going into the base of it. It is many, many tens of miles thick.
Okay.
And so you are walking quite a ways through these caves for a while. And like these are relatively big caves, and they have kind of smoothed tunnels as to suggest that they're maybe not frequently passed through, but when they are.
Mhm.
But as you are making your way through this tunnel, are you looking for signs of anything?
Oh yes,
Oh,
absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, then have someone make a survival check, or perhaps if multiple people are helping, then have someone make with advantage.
I will do a survival.
I will
Yep,
help
I
you.
will help.
I am not a survivalist.
Okay. Wow. Only 13.
Is that
Natural.
Man,
with
With
advantage?
it.
Yeah.
Okay. I
Natural
mean,
6 or natural 8.
all right. Unfortunately, you're not really seeing any signs of anything. Um,
I can
there's.
imagine. I can imagine the sinking of their, like, basically the way they travel would actually not allow individual tracks to,
Mhm.
like, to come out.
Yeah, and I think as you're kind of looking and looking and not finding any tracks, Acetylus is just kind of, y'all sure they came this way? Because the interior of the spire is a labyrinth of infinite tunnels and vertical hollows, and there's not entirely unpopulated either. So, I mean, are you just planning to walk up and down every tunnel until you find something?
Maybe ask Mimir?
I left the Mimir back at the castle.
Oh,
You
yeah.
did.
Rome did well for one thing. Rome didn't bring it with him when he came here, because
Yeah.
that's why
Yeah.
it was at the castle for you to have in the first place.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that was my thought.
mhm. But yes, you left it at the castle. That's
Yeah,
fine.
I
Okay.
did leave
Yeah.
it at the castle.
Sure. Yep.
Okay. Let's see. Hmm.
And then as you're kind of traveling through some of this too, like first of all, it's very dark. It's very
Mhm.
eerie and quiet. And in fact, you start realizing that it has some kind of a natural sound suppression as well. You find yourself having to kind of almost shout just to be heard. Um, Sound only travels about half as far as it normally would. And Acetylus says, also watch out, like here and there, you get these strange little drifting pockets of anti magic, and you can't always tell when they're passing through. So just be careful if when you're casting spells that you might have to be wary of those.
mm,
Hmm. Okay.
All right. Well, I mean, I
I'm
can
kind of at a
Yeah.
loss.
I can get you as far as the Desert of Rust, but from there, I feel like we need to find some additional clue. Um,
Yeah.
and then
yeah.
I think as
That'll-
maybe that'll you'll have some other thing you can spot there.
I think once we get to the desert, I might try talking to Vulcan and see if Vulcan might be able to
Okay.
help us.
So after a little bit more traveling through these tunnels, you emerge into a miles wide cavern, and it's very clear why it's called this, because the cavern is covered with flakes of rust, and in some rare cases, fragments of eroded blades. And every few moments, a harmless metal scrap falls from above and clinks against the floor. And as far as you can tell, there is no ceiling. It rises endlessly into the infinite hollow of the spire's interior, as far as you can tell. And Acetylus says, sometimes we'll come in here this far because we can occasionally scavenge useful materials from the cave, but most of what's coming down is worthless. But in here, you can all make another survival check to kind of search for signs.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, natural 20.
Okay,
25.
there you
Yay.
go.
Okay.
All right, so you have been looking around for about an hour, just looking. At least in the trail of rust here, it sort of feels possible that you could actually see someone leave tracks, right? And then
Yeah.
eventually, you do, in fact, find what look like the tracks of a lone Modron with a slightly crooked walk.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
Here. Motron with imperfect walk.
Mhm.
Must be Rome.
All right. And Sedulus leans down to kind of slap you jovially on the shoulder and just says, "Well, I just knew I was lucky. It was my lucky day when I found all of you." All right, so you can follow that path. It leads up an incline towards another series of tunnels.
Yeah,
Oh,
let's
All
go.
right.
All right.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so as you are following that trail, you pass through gradually sloping tunnels, and it's a long ways. You find that that you have not lost the trail, but you're hiking for hours and hours. Um,
Wow.
yeah, and someone roll a, d4 for me.
I'll do
I
it.
got it.
Oh, yeah.
3.
Okay. As you are passing through some of these tunnels, you find at one point that you pass by a misshapen arch covered in drooping metallic blade-like decorations. The arch was once a portal. You can tell that there's like residual portal energy, but it doesn't seem like it functions anymore. Now it's just kind of a little blind alcove through it.
Wonder where that led.
Could be anywhere.
Yeah. And so I think after another couple of hours where you're just like this is a long hike where whatever you know wherever they went
Mm-hmm.
this is not a day hike. This is not a day trip.
No.
So I think at one point you reach another landmark and you see that a statue of a giant three-eyed horse juts from a cavern wall, and it's so heavily eroded that it looks melted.
Hmm.
Wow.
At some point, probably we'll have to camp.
You haven't seen rust monsters in here, have you?
Well, I mean,
Having a
no.
field day.
I think that if there was a community of rust monsters here, we wouldn't see so much, rust. Now,
They'd
I
be just
mean,
a
I
wall to
guess
wall
it
monster.
it makes sense that maybe rust monsters would like it here, but we haven't seen them around. Not really.
Yeah, we ran into them. Well, one version of one of us ran into them
Well,
early.
let me be clear. When I said there's things in here, it's not what you would call a traditional organic ecosystem.
Oh. No.
No.
Hmm.
So the things you find in here are going to be the things that don't require that.
Hmm. Yeah. But we can find an. We should. Well, Let's see if we can find a place to camp. If we have some time, I can make it a little safer.
I think after a little while, the tunnel you emerge into, it starts, it it opens up on one side, and you realize now that you're on kind of like a path along this infinite vertical hollow, and you've been climbing. You've been going up quite a bit. It's been relatively steep, and so as you're climbing now, you're seeing this big hollow space. But then it kind of levels out for a while, and there's kind of a reasonably a reasonably flat place that might be a reasonable campsite.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. They say that I read somewhere it's like be careful of places that are inviting.
Hmm.
But yeah. So my thought is like, is this inviting or is it just there?
Yeah.
Well, and once we kind of settle, I'll have everybody gather up, and I'll say once we get ready to settle in, I'll do a ritual and cast Leonie's tiny hut.
Nice.
That's what
sounds like a reasonable precaution.
All
that
right.
was
Yeah.
Yep.
So, do you set watches?
yeah.
Yes.
Especially if there might be chances of anti-magic coming.
Mm,
Anti-magic.
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, we'll definitely do that.
And I will wonder if this will work actually. Can I do that? That should work. You can see.
Hmm.
I would actually activate my spell book and have her watch. She doesn't have to sleep.
Okay.
Huh.
And she has dark vision up to 60 feet.
Okay. Are you having her just watch by herself then?
No, I think we should.
Well, someone,
yeah.
someone who can. She's
Yeah.
intangible, so all she can do is yell at us if something bad happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we
So
need
who's,
to. We need
who's
to.
first watch?
I'll take the first watch.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So, question.
Mm-hmm.
I do have contact other plane, and I haven't used any spell slots. It gives me 5 questions that I can answer a knowledgeable entity from another plane.
I mean,
Yeah,
it
that's what I
seems
was
to me that this is the kind of thing that other people probably tried. But if we have specific questions,
Yeah. I
Yeah,
just
that's
thought
what I was thinking
since
for
we're
communion. Yeah.
since we are camping right now, I thought this might be an opportune moment because then I
Yeah.
can pass through that incapacitated thing without somebody having to haul my ass around.
Oh, it incapacitates you?
If I get it wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, my DJ just gets pissed if I try it more than once in a long rest. Incapacitated.
Well,
Wow.
If I try to contact my patron, then that's easy, but my patron is a fiend, and I don't know that you want to trust that. He might give us wrong answers just for the entertainment value. I'm just saying.
It's about as far as radius could throw them.
Right. And I'm not a strong individual.
Exactly.
I have a negative 1 to strength. I can't
Yes.
throw him anywhere.
Not strong club. Let's go.
Yes, not strong club.
The bigger individuals on this team are the ones that are weaker.
Right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, so no, I just wanted to throw that out there as a possibility. If I've got 5 questions with a one word answer.
I think that's a reasonable thing to try, especially since you're the one who's going to be incapacitated if it doesn't work. We need to think up some good questions to ask, though.
Yeah.
I think, are we on track? Are we on the right path to find Rome?
Right.
Is a good question.
I wrote down a couple that I was thinking if I was going to commune, but I think the contact plane is probably better. Are we in the right path to find Rome? Did the Modern march past this way? Those may not be. The answers to those questions may not both be yes, which would be interesting. Mine have to be yes or no questions, so mine are a little more limited.
Well, it's one-word answers, such as
Yeah.
yes, no, maybe, never, irrelevant, unclear,
Hmm.
something like that. And if they don't, and it's unclear if the entity doesn't know the answer to the question.
So a question that comes into my mind is, are are the real money involved the with the disappearance of the march? But
I don't.
that's just something that's been going through my mind, and it could be.
I think if they were involved, they probably would have acted before now.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
but I
I,
mean,
I imagine in some time, like, yeah, oh, send out someone to bring us in, bring us to the in in and hey, jump. Oh, adventure's gone missing. It happens.
How about which plane are the Modron March in?
that's a yeah, that's a good
That's a
question.
that's a good one
Yeah,
too.
Where
yeah,
is Rome?
good.
Well, no, but
I
where's Rome is
mean,
not. Where's Rome doesn't it because it's involved to a one
We
room
could say what place. That would give us a name. It's a one-word answer.
Oh, or it's Rome in a similar place as the March. Because then
well,
that
I mean, we we kind of know that he's not.
Yeah.
okay.
Also, I'll just remind you that the nature of this spell is that you are contacting an entity that is not necessarily omniscient.
Yeah.
Right.
They might
Yeah,
know
we
many,
know.
many things, but by and large, you are more likely to be successful with lore type questions rather than current events type questions. Which is not to
Yeah,
say they might not know many current things, but by and large, this extraplanar entity is not just going to have instant current information.
Okay. Um. Well. All right. So.
I mean, you can certainly give those a try. I'm just saying that, like,
Uh.
the nature
Yeah.
of this spell is not the DM has to answer your question.
Right.
Okay.
it
Yeah.
could say no, it doesn't know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you aware of the location of the Great Motron March?
That's a
Yes.
waste of an answer. That's a waste
Yeah.
of an answer because it
Yeah.
would just
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah. Um.
Hmm. Yeah, kind of.
I
Is
mean,
is the
I,
Has the Great Motron March ever disappeared or been delayed lengthily?
That's also going to
no.
be
no?
yes, and we already know that it disappeared.
Yeah.
No, like
Yep.
Yeah.
before now.
Well, it's one
Yeah, it
word.
was before now. Yes, it absolutely
Yeah.
disappeared before now. I can answer that. I don't need to be
Yeah.
a
How
weird
about
extrapanel entity to answer that
how
question.
about we cast the spell next time and we can be thinking of questions because I don't want to
Yeah.
I mean, I
hold
was
it up.
actually thinking this is kind of a fun thing to end the
Oh, okay.
session on.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I mean, we could
absolutely.
we could
I-
we could
I-
also like think of questions as we go
Well,
based on the answers we
I
get.
would
So,
also encourage you to not overthink this because it's not like I
yeah,
mean, you have things that you're curious about, but I mean, it's not, the fate of the whole campaign does not hang on you asking the right questions right now.
right.
Actually, I have let's see. Um, is the glitch afflicting me a curse? Or
Hmm.
where could I find additional information on the glitch afflicting me? Would that be uh
Yeah, that sounds like a good. That sounds like a good.
Yeah, that would be
where
definitely be a good.
can I find I'm typing these down so that I remember them in the spur of the moment because I will forget.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Find more info.
and when I say have they been delayed before, I mean like have have any previous marches been delayed? Because I feel like that would be something that would be in history books if there was some major
Mhm.
thing.
I mean, I'm not sure it's useful information though. It's going to come back with like, yes. Okay, then what? I mean, we need stuff
Yeah,
where
it
the
is true.
answers.
It is true that the answers are generally going to be like one word or a short phrase at the most.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so I've got, which plane is the Modron module on? I think that's legit. And even if that's unclear, okay, fine. We've only wasted one question.
Yeah.
Info on the glitch, also,
Mhm.
choice. Um, what else do we have? What else do we have?
Did you put down the one of are we on track to?
Yeah.
Yeah, we are. Are
Well,
we are
well,
still in
I didn't know
Rome's
if
trail?
I
Yeah.
didn't know if that was I didn't know if that was actually going to be useful or not.
I mean,
If
it's
they don't
worth
know.
asking. They might
Yeah.
not get a useful answer, but I think it's worth asking, because we've spent a lot of time pursuing this
Yeah.
angle, and we seem to be on the trail of something, but
Mhm.
I think it's worth confirming that we're on
Mhm.
the right track.
Mhm. Also, remind me back. The Mimir, now that it is repaired, you can use it to cast Legend lore.
Oh, so
So history stuff about the Modron March and stuff, we can probably get better from the Mimir than we could get
great.
from this
Why
spell.
the hell did you leave it back in the castle?
For
For
protection.
I didn't
safekeeping.
want it to. Yeah, absolutely. I didn't want it to disintegrate again.
Yeah. No. It makes perfect sense. I mean, it's a
Yeah,
pain, but it makes
that
perfect sense.
yeah.
All right, two more
This kind of
questions.
stuff would be great traveling questions.
Let's see.
Are we in a time loop? Because I
Uh,
have a feeling we might be.
I don't. Yeah, I don't think that's.
No, but
What would we
we
do?
give us
What
more
would we
information.
do with the answer?
well,
I mean, it would eliminate some of the questions about what's happening to us. Maybe.
No,
Mm.
consequences keep building. I don't think we're in a time loop.
yeah, my thing is, now we could ask if Rome is alive, because if he's not alive, we may not find him.
Well, I mean, but yeah, but even if we find his remains, we'll maybe able to learn something. So I don't think that's it. One of the things about these questions is, what are we going to do with the information? Because
I Rome is a mismatched Modron. Do we know how Rome got to the way he is, or is that something that
that's one of the reasons we
that's a
want to talk to
mystery?
him.
Okay, because my thoughts maybe you know maybe something happened to a bunch of Modrons. They tried to escape whatever it is, broke apart, formed into
How
Rome.
many questions have you got written down there?
3. So we've got 2 more left.
Okay. Um,
Yeah, I am not coming up with any good questions.
Well, you can also leave some of the follow-up ones based on what answers you get to the early ones.
yeah. How about we
I think-
reserve those two in case we get interesting information from the first two?
First 3. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. This is all predicated on the fact that of
Yeah,
whether
well,
or
you
not I actually
passing your
cast this
save,
spell.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do this.
Yeah. So in order to cast this spell, I have to make a DC 15 intelligence saving throw, and I can ask if I succeed, then I can ask the entity up to 5 questions.
Can we
If-
use a resistance spell, a cantrip on that? Does anybody
Or
first of all
bless.
have it? Yeah, bless. Yeah.
Yeah, I
It-
can bless you first.
Yeah, okay, you bless us for saving throws, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
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 Guidance wouldn't. But
No.
yeah.
Right.
No. Guidance, because guidance
Bless
would
would,
work on
though.
a saving throw.
Yeah.
Bless
Bless would
does,
work,
guidance wouldn't.
Okay.
Yeah. So
All right. And I don't think would Devil's Own Luck help me?
What is?
And
yeah.
it lets you
You
repeat
mentioned
a
that-
saving throw, right?
Well, no, it lets me add a D10 to your roll for ability checks and saving throws.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sounds like it would.
Okay. So I know I need to beat 15.
Mhm.
So let's roll that beautiful bean footage, and that's a crit.
All right. Yeah.
Uh,
So as Malleus's mind touches the madness of the interplanar space, penetrating the veil to seek out the wisdom of a higher being, you find that a connection is made, and you may ask your questions.
Right.
Oh.
So the first
Connection
one.
is made. Sorry.
Yeah. Yo, dude.
You connect with the
Which
frost
plane?
lady.
Yeah. Which plane is the Modron March on?
I knew you were going to ask that, and I could have come up with what word is the specific answer.
I mean, his Outlands is a plane, right?
It's complicated.
Yeah!
The so what you get is the Tyrant's Spiral. Is the
Ooh.
answer you get.
That's an interesting name.
Okay. Okay. Where can I find out more about the glitch that affects me?
Rome the Modron.
Okay. Are we on the right path to find Rome?
Yes.
Okay. Now I think we should ask about the Tyrant Spiral.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Where can I find the Tyrant Spiral?
I mean,
Keep going.
I was also just kind of like, if the question was where can I find the Plane of Fire, or where can I find Mount Celestia?
How about
Like,
the gate to? Would it be better to say
well, no,
where can I
you
find
asked.
the gate?
No, you already asked the question.
You asked the question.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of. So. Hang on. Let me read. I want to give you a good answer to this. So let me give me just a moment.
That's
Um,
fine.
Within the multiverse.
Um.
Pull up an ad. Do an ad read.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3,
Uh,
ABC court on.
Okay. You're gonna get a cryptic answer for this,
That's fine.
but it will be helpful nonetheless. I think the answer is you should not yet.
Okay.
Hmm.
Oh, that's interesting.
Ooh.
Okay. And
One
last question. I want to ask about the glitch again. But
mean-
if Rome knows more about it, then that's not useful. I'm going to ask something that I've been wondering about for a while.
Mhm.
Who is our greatest enemy on this journey?
Ooh.
That's an interesting question, because there's a lot of different, like, it really depends on your point of view.
It's complicated.
Well,
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, the honest to God answer could be yourself.
Yeah.
That would be hilarious and possibly true.
Facts.
That's no, but I figured it was worth the try. I mean, even if the answer is unclear.
I mean, to be fair, we're at the end of the session. This could be the last question, and from on high, it's like next time on so many levels because
No. You're gonna get your answer. I think as you have been sort of channeling these answers to everyone else. Everyone is waiting with bated breath. These fateful questions that are being asked as you sit there in camp in this infinite darkness in this very strange, unnatural place. You ask, "What is our greatest enemy?" And the answer you get just as the spell concludes is time.
Dun dun dun.
Dun, dun,
Dun
dun.
dun dun.
Yay! That's awesome. I love that.
Oh,
That's fantastic.
Wow.
I have said it like 6 times this episode. We love our GM.
Ah,
Yep. Yep.
all
That's
right.
pretty awesome.
Well, so I think with that, we will leave our adventurers there in this dark place, and we will have to hope that they can find their missing Modron next time when we return for more adventure on so many levels.
So many levels.
Yay!
Including those answers.